I'm having PTSD flashbacks of Dad singing Meatloaf in the truck now.
I might not be live.
You are.
Actually, I am.
You are.
On my end, it's showing going live at 9:17
I'm
or
having
something. No,
PTSD flashbacks
I
of
see
Dad
it
singing
now.
Meatloaf in the truck.
Whoop. Okay, sorry. Let
All
me
good.
paste this comment and I'll be back.
All righty. Whoa, words. We got Dr. Bob's Nightmare. He says first he made it. He was waiting in line.
Hey, buddy.
We just finished recording the newest episode of Brothers of the Pipe podcast where we smoked GLPs, Quiet Nights, and I have that in the 311 right now.
I definitely not live yet.
I think he's joking because we got 4 people watching.
Let me bring it up on my phone, man.
Hey, if we weren't live, I wouldn't be able to watch it right now.
You are watching it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, we're live. We're live. I don't know how much the delay is. We are live.
Yeah, that's funny.
Hey, OES Pipe Company. How are you doing, brother? Good seeing you, man. Hunter, have you seen some of the wardens and stuff, church wardens this guy's been working on?
Been watching them. They're man, he knows what he's doing. They look fantastic.
Yeah, I believe he just kind of recently, I don't know exactly how recent, but like not for that long started doing this. He's doing a fantastic job. He's doing restorations and he's carving from scratch. So he's doing a great job. Appreciate him stopping by. Wish him the very best of luck in his adventures. Caleb is in the chat. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Caleb. And so, like I was saying, I've got the GLPs, Quiet Nights, and the 311.
I went a little different direction, guys. We just got done recording the podcast, and we were that's Brothers of the Pipe podcast, and we were smoking the Quiet Nights. But I'm over that now, and I'm switching stuff up with some Samuel Gawith full Virginia flake in the Peterson 80S spigot.
Dr. Bob's Nightmare says he's been smoking the heck out of his cob lately. It really likes Prince Albert. I've been smoking my 2 newest cobs lately as well. We've got the Charlestown Cobbler, which the after party helped me pick out. I also have the Cobbiton. Was that what it's called? The Cobbiton with worm stem. This one.
Yeah, something like that.
This one, great. And I don't think I've smoked Prince Albert in it. I've been in a Carter Hall mood lately, so I broke both of these in with Carter Hall, and it was really nice.
That's how I did it for many years, man. I don't really break pipes in now; I'll just smoke them. But back when I did break them in, that's how I would do it. Certainly.
Something about a really old school Burley and a cob that's just nostalgic. Nothing like it.
I think Prince Albert and a cob. Carter Hall was my OTC blend. I don't think it is like all that. No, there's people that like it. Porch Piper Tom, like there's a lot of people like it, but for me, it was like just the one I gravitated towards. Prince Albert is like the OTC of OTCs. You know what I mean? It is the OG, and in a cob, you almost cannot have a more classic combination.
Carter Hall was the first Burley blend that I ever smoked, and it was my regular go-to Burley for a long time. I smoked it a lot, and the past 2 years, I would say, I've mentioned that I was a Prince Albert guy if the conversation ever came up, even though historically I was a Carter Hall guy. But I had gone a little while without smoking Carter Hall. You know what I mean? So I've been smoking the Prince Albert. I'm like, yeah, I'm a Prince Albert guy, and I do love it. But smoked some Carter Hall recently, and it just has that figgy note that Prince Albert doesn't have. It has a little bit of the cocoa, but if you want the cocoa, you've got to go with Prince Albert. That figgy note of Carter Hall had me just like that, right back at it. So when it comes to OTCs, definitely going to have to be a Carter Hall guy.
OES Pipe Company says, I just had a bowl of Hyde Park in an old Arcadia pipe.
I believe that's a blend, if I remember correctly.
What is it?
That's a Peterson blend, if I remember correctly. One of the actual Peterson blends, not a Dunhill now.
Right. I think you're right.
Now, this was going great, and all of a sudden it wants to go out on me.
I'm having a hard time. Surprise, surprise! I'm having a hard time getting the full Virginia flake going, but that's part of the pleasure of these rough, inconsistent Samuel Gawith flakes.
Looks like beef jerky, just rustic and rugged. I love it though. So old school. I mean, the equipment they're using to make those flakes are like from the 1700s.
Hundreds of years old, yeah. Probably some of them's older than our country. So yeah, good stuff.
Very good stuff.
We have 9 people in here, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. We just got done recording Brothers of the Pipe podcast. If you're not following us, you can do so on Spotify. You can do so on Apple Podcast, Podcast Addict, Amazon Music, Audible, lots of options. And if you listen to podcasts somewhere and you cannot find us, let us know. Dude, the caller is going crazy on my webcam. I don't know if you can see that.
No, it looks okay on my end.
No, it keeps changing. It's done this before.
Is it your screen adjusting light?
I think it's my webcam.
Okay, I see it a little bit now.
Blood Logos, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? He had a stream the other day. I was wanting to get on. I missed it.
We've got Walt
is in the chat. Good evening, sir.
Stayed up late on his live last night with him. Smoked some great bowls, great conversation.
Yeah, it was good hanging out with you and Walt and Chris. Some of my favorite people. Had that blend of Walt's, and he's like, try it again in the morning when you're sober. Some people just cannot take compliments.
Yeah,
they gotta accuse you of being drunk and your flavor obscured or something. I'm just joking. I did try that again though, Walt. And listen, man, it might be able to use a little bit more time melding together. I can tell you that. You know what I mean? It might be able something like that, but I like it. I do like it. Squidward Inc. and New Zona. Very good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely. What's everyone smoking tonight? I want to, I know OES Pipes Company mentioned what he's smoking in his pipe. I want to know what everyone's smoking and what they're smoking it in.
I'm smoking full Virginia Flake in the Peterson ADS spigot, and Hunter has GLP's Quiet Nights in the 311. What edition of 311 is that?
I have to look every time because I can't remember, and I don't want to spill. Avoria, I think. AVORIO.
Okay, I'm not super familiar with that one.
Let's see.
Oh, Hunter, take that name, buddy. I don't want to missay it there. Oh, Mike's got the blend. Old Joe Krantz in a Cobb. Now, that's classic, too. Because, Old Joe Krantz is like a modern-day OTC. So, just like we were talking about the or maybe not OTC, but it's an OTC for a pipe nerd, right? It's a daily driver, all-day blend for pipe nerds like us. I think it's great.
I'm going to attempt the name here. Hohenrichsen.
Yeah, I think that's right. A very good evening to you. Thanks for stopping by. I didn't want to mispronounce it, so I'll just throw it on Hunter's shelf on his plate for him to mispronounce it and save me. So very nice to see you.
Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate
it. Hey, New Zona's having some quiet nights in his Dracula. That is awesome.
A Dracula not too long ago, looking at the Peterson Dracula line.
Yeah, the newest line is freaking incredible, dude. Yeah. I really like them. Blood Logo says way stronger than any OTC. And you're right. And that's why I kind of clarified. I was like, it's like a modern OTC for a tobacco nerd, right? Because it's a burley-based all-day blend, but way more oomph. And it is all day for me. I could smoke Old Joe Krantz every bowl in a day. I really could. But it's strong.
Dr. Bob's Nightmare says, just finished a bowl of early golden slice while I was watching Smarty Bob.
Yeah, I just seen Smarty Bob's video. Are you talking about the one with the Valentine's Day video? I think he had a big church warden with the wooden stem. It was very cool. So, Blood Logos is asking Smarty, Dr. Bob's Nightmare if he's seen him on Hello Listeners streams. That'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure. He said, yeah, that's me. That's awesome. That is awesome. Love this community. Dr. Bob's Nightmare is also a watch guy, so fellow watch enthusiast there. Gotta love that. Actually, guys, if you don't know his story, and he doesn't mind me saying, Brian Levine got Dr. Bob's Nightmare into pipes. He was a cigar smoker, and he was talking to Brian Levine on the watch side of the house. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Bob's Nightmare, but I believe that's what he said, how it got him into it. David G., a very good evening to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well.
Rickson, if I'm saying your name correctly, says, thanks for the shout out. Absolutely. David G., I believe, will also be at the Muletown Pipe
Yes,
Month. Look
I
forward to
think he said that.
absolutely. So, have any of you all smoked GLP's Quiet Nights before? And if so, would you leave a comment letting us know what you think? Because Dakota and I are really big fans. Really enjoying this blend. Definitely a deep English, but done so well, like all Greg P's blends are, or GLP's blends, I should say. Great time smoking this one. Great time reviewing it. Just really enjoying the experience of this one. Started it off on the podcast with the 673, the number one that I always smoke. But I realized when Dakota was smoking his in his 311 that I hadn't tried this in a 311 yet. So smoking that now, and once I finish this bowl, I'll change it up and go back to the 673 with a different blend.
Um, I'm just gonna call you Rickson so I don't mess nothing up. Play it safe here. Rickson, where are you at? That it's the middle of the night there. I really appreciate you stopping by the way. Like figuring out where everyone's from. We got a friend from Austria who stops in, and we always guess what time it is in the morning there. Aspiring Codger stopped by. What's going on, fellas? Greetings from Central Missouri. Smoking a mix of half and half and crooner in a little petite Rhodesian. I love the Rhodesian shape, no doubt about it. Hey,
I,
David G's got the right idea. Better than I deserve. Just finished a bowl of Quiet Nights from 2016. It's good stuff. And we were just talking about this stuff being aged. David, give us a little feedback. How did it age? That is awesome. We were actually just speaking of it. Sweden. All right. Hunter, I found your next plug for some actual snooze here, buddy.
So listen, Rickson, if I'm saying the name wrong, I apologize. Please let me know if I'm not. But I'm obsessed with Sweden. That is the country I want to visit more so than any other country. I've studied the culture. Um, I used to do a lot of Swedish snus when it was still able to somewhat easily get it in the United States. I was really into that. But, I've done a lot of studies into Sweden, and I definitely want to visit one day for sure.
I'm also a big fan of Sweden and all the Scandinavian countries just in general. But yeah, Sweden holds a special place in my heart, and it is very, very cool to have a Swede in the chat tonight. So thank you so much for stopping by. We have Hillbilly Piper. Hello. How are you? Carrie is in the chat. Having some scotch. Need to pick out the pipe and the blend. Well, you're on a good start. The scotch is a good start, guys. I have a little Buffalo Trace. Poured that pour hour and a half ago, and haven't made it very far. I'm all stuffed up today. Hunter has corrupted me, and he has me on the Diet Dr. Pepper kick. Everyone can blame him for that.
So Aspiring Codger says he's from, I think it's at Central Missouri. I have spent a lot of time vacationing in Missouri. I've probably spent close to a month out there. Southern Missouri, though, near I can't think of the town now. The really big city in Missouri.
Oh, David G's having some Eagle Rare. I'm guessing Rare Eagle is Eagle Rare. I guess it's the same thing. One of my used to be a standard bourbon I could get here locally, $50 a bottle. Haven't seen a bottle in over 5 years. We missed a comment up there, Hunter, by OES Pipe Company. He said, "I have not tried it. Have either of you tried GLP's Geometry?"
I have not. I've not had that one.
I have not either.
I don't think I have a tin of that one. I know it though. I've seen it.
Everybody just stopping by. I hate to keep saying this, but if I don't promote it, it's not going to get promoted. We just recorded Brothers of the Pipe podcast. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Audible, Podcast Addict, or almost anywhere you can find your podcast. So we reviewed GLP's Quiet Nights. This is the after party. We do it every Saturday night after recording the podcast. And currently I'm smoking Samuel Gawith for Virginia Flake, and Hunter is on a second bowl of Quiet Nights in the 311 poker.
And Aspiring Codger, yes, it's Branson, which I don't know how I forgot the name of it, but I spent a lot of time near Branson and in Branson and also Springfield, because whenever we were in Missouri, we always stopped by the world's largest Bass Pro Shop that is there in Springfield, and one of my favorite places to visit on the entire planet. And OES Pipe says that GLP's blend is a Virginia Oriental plug.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
David G said yes. Eagle Rare. My Les Dexia kicked in. Listen, I think Eagle Rare is a fantastic pour. It used to be a very good value pour. Unfortunately, it is just not easy to source for me. I know Walt in the chat here has found some while he was traveling out of state for work and stuff like that. But apparently a lot of people has found out about how good it is for the price. I know in the secondary market or the gray market, it kind of goes a little nutty. But about 5 years ago, I could get it all the time, $50 a bottle, a fantastic pour, very, very lovely bourbon. So
Dr. Bob's Nightmare says, is that the Bass Pro Shop Pyramid Building? That one's in Tennessee. That is in Memphis, I think. This one is like a really big mall.
I know which one you're talking about. I've never been there.
It's cool. So you know how if you walk into a mall, how there's 2 or 3 stories, and each store has its own kind of room that you go in and out of? Okay, this Bass Pro Shop is kind of like that, but instead of there being like a regular Bass Pro Shop where it'd be aisles, everything has its own little mini store. So like if you walk into a mall, there'd be one store just for pocket knives, for instance. Really cool.
Oh, that is nifty. Well, I know the Cabela's in Wheeling, West Virginia has a trout stream running through it, right?
I haven't been to that, believe it or not.
That was the first one. I haven't been to that one. But the one in Charleston has a nice bass tank, like I guess the rest of them have. Mm-hmm. David G says he was gifted this bottle for his birthday. Fantastic birthday present, my friend, and I do hope you enjoy. OES Pipe Company says Eagle Rare and Jack Daniel's Heritage Single Barrel are my top 2. The Jack is good, my number 1, readily available at $60. Hillbilly Piper having some Chivas Regal 12-year great blended scotch. I believe that's blended, right?
I'm not sure.
I've only had the standard. I've never had any of the aged Chivas Regal. It was Terry Davey in the chat. What is going on, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Oh, wow. Dr. Rob's Nightmare says the Las Vegas Bass Pro has a huge indoor saltwater tank. Scuba divers, sharks, and rays. That's interesting. Very interesting.
So I went to the liquor store today because I had to pick up a bottle of Everclear so I could clean some pipes. And we got Cactus Piper in the house.
Cactus Piper, very good to see you, sir.
He's feeling
very happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day. Anyways, I picked up this bottle of Everclear for cleaning. And Dakota, it's the Comac that you stop at as well. So you know the gentleman that works inside, you know what I'm talking about. I was kind of laughing, and I told him, don't worry, I'm not going to drink the nasty stuff. I said it's for cleaning purposes. And I explained to him what it was for, and he goes, that makes a lot of sense to me. He said he had a guy come in and buy $200 worth of Everclear. And he said, this guy, I'm checking it out, and like my liver is hurting doing this. I couldn't imagine. And he said, it's not for what you think. He's a motorcycle guy, and I guess he polishes the chrome with it. I couldn't remember exactly what.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's what.
Oh, well, it'd work.
He did something for cleaning purposes with a motorcycle with it. And he goes, you're not the first one to come in and buy Everclear for cleaning reasons. And he's like, and it evaporates quickly. So he's like, that makes sense.
Unfortunately, the 191 is no longer legal in the state. You used to be able to get it. I remember drinking it mixed with stuff, obviously. That stuff's rocket fuel. But the 151, I'm sure, is what you got, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the highest proof I believe we're allowed now.
It is the highest proof that we can legally have in West Virginia, which I assume it's still good for cleaning. Ooh, Rickson smoking one of my favorite blends.
Yep, fantastic blend. I have some right around here. That's a great blend. I really like Value Morning. I was a late comer to it. I don't know why, but it's and he's smoking it in a Hilson Meerschaum lined pipe. Those Meerschaum lined pipes are kind of cool.
Like
I know Porch Piper Tom's got a couple. Carrie says Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
The
Valentine.
League of the Keepers of the Briars in the chat. What's up, dudes?
Hey, we've got Blue Line Piper back. Great to see you again, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by.
Mm. Blue Line. Todd, how are you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. I checked your channel the other day to see if you put anything new out. I miss everybody's stuff. Like I guess the algorithms are upset with me. But anyway, Todd, great seeing you, buddy. I hope you and the missus are having a lovely Valentine's Day. So good to see you. Cactus Piper says 209 Piper said they can't get Everclear in California. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Okay. I know the little snuff snuff bullets that I sent him. He said those were illegal there. So they have some silly laws in California. I do know that.
That Bayou Morning, I told our Canadian friend, the Urban Hermit, that he needs to give it a try. And he's like, I'm not really a Virginia Perique guy. You know, like, I don't like Elizabethan mixture. I don't think this will be for me. And I said, you might like it. And he went ahead and ordered some. And I was getting all nervous because someone spent some money on my recommendation. You know what I mean? And he got back with me and he said he actually really, really enjoyed it. So that was pretty cool to see.
David G says, got to do some serious drinking between now and Tuesday. Lent starts Wednesday, and I give up alcohol for 47 days. He says, I'm not Catholic, but I give it my liver a chance to recover from the rest of the year.
I'm not Catholic, but how do I say this? My family attends a Methodist church that just left the United Methodist denomination, and we are now a community church, but we still have some of the United Methodist ways of doing things, and Lent is one of them. So for Lent, I am giving up Facebook this year.
Hey, buddy, I think we
But
can
I
all
will have
benefit
Facebook.
from that.
We'll have Facebook Messenger.
I'm a Baptist Costal with a touch of Hebrew roots. I'm not. No, I cannot relate to any denomination with a name. Unfortunately, I wish I could and just like be like I'm a this, I'm a that, but I've been a this and a that, and it's not for me. I did grow up Baptist and kind of, that one's kind of near and dear to my heart, and I've had a lot of Methodist friends, so.
Yes.
Yeah, so Blood Logos talking about the Orthodox Lent, and since I've known Blood Logos better, I've actually looked a little bit more into Orthodox, and it's very interesting, man. And he's a wealth of knowledge too. He's got great content, great streams. He's got some friends that are also Orthodox, so definitely check him out if anyone's got any questions about that. I find it very interesting. Saldog Piper is in the chat. A very good evening, sir.
Let me see. And Sal Dog, I did email you back. I don't know if you saw that yet, but I just wanted to let you know. Oh. And guys, the link is posted if anyone would like to join us here.
Yep, there's a Zoom link posted at the top of the chat. If anyone has it, you can click on that and join us in here.
Now, I've never done a 40-day fast. I do intermittent fasting most every day, but that is very different, very, very different than a true fast.
Well, Mike was talking about a 40-day strict fast. Now, guys, that could be, there's a Jacob's fast where you only eat fruit, and then there's like Ramadan, the Muslims don't eat during the daytime. There's like all kinds of different ways you can do this.
Okay, so he says not a complete fast, just basically being vegan and not drinking.
OES Pipe Company asks if Capital Land is a popular pipe show. I don't know if I know of that one ever.
So I don't know that one, but I'm just getting into pipe shows. I am not the right person to ask for that one if you want me to be entirely honest with you. I know of the Columbus Pipe Show, Chicago, Las Vegas, and Muletown, and that's the only ones that's popping up in my head. But there is many.
There's
one in Texas.
Don't forget the international, the Saint Claude, the one in China. Like there's cool international ones that if I was a traveling man, I'd love to go. David G said he was raised Baptist. First drink he ever had was Everclear, straight on a church choir tour. Blood Logo says I'm not vegan though, so it's difficult for me. It would be difficult for me, you know, if I was used to getting my calories from protein sources, you know, giving that up would not come easily.
I'm used to the intermittent fasting. I think that was the most important aspect of my weight loss, in my opinion. But it's more of a timing thing. You know, I can still eat in the evening. So I don't know. I've never done any other kind of fast. I'd be open to it. Very interested.
Todd, me and Hunter is going to Muletown. Sow Dog's going. There's a bunch of us going, man. If you're able to make it, that would be awesome to see you there. It really would.
I've been working on a list. There's a lot of us going. Cactus Piper, are you going to Muletown? I don't remember.
Walt's going, obviously.
Walt's going. Porch Piper Tom is going.
Porch Piper Tom's going. Yeah, there's
here in the chat will be there.
Tennessee Piper will be there. He's a really nice guy. I really like him. Be nice to shake his hand as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bunch of good people's going, man. And Saldog brought this up to me in an email, trying to get contact for everybody in one place so we can have some kind of like a chain list. I got most everyone. I can get a hold of almost everyone in some way. Some people have their cell numbers. Some people I'll get a hold of on Instagram. Some people have their email. Some people I'm on Facebook. I can message. But if too far for Cactus, if somehow I could get everyone's email or something like that to put together a list, you know, so we can all plan this a little bit, you know, meet up, that would be very, very cool. If anyone needs my email, wants to reach out to me at any time, or Hunter for that matter, you can do that through me. And that is CaptainBurleySlice@gmail.com. So original, right? But
the Cactus Piper is in Phoenix. Well, that makes sense. I couldn't remember.
If yeah, he lives in a cool place, man.
Yeah.
His even like the backyards there in the Phoenix area, you know what I mean? Like his backyard.
I wasn't thinking.
It's kind of cool, man. It's kind of cool. It's kind of different. I'm sure there's its own unique challenges of the severe heat during the summer and stuff. But
sure.
Yeah, it's cool, man.
I couldn't do it. I'm too much of a wuss.
I don't know, but after the last couple summer winter cycles and it feeling like it's going to kill me working out in the elements, you know what I mean? I might be able to pull it off. I'm not sure.
We kind of have skipped spring and fall. We don't get much of a spring and fall now. It's mostly just summer and winter, it seems, with a little bit of in between.
Our highs here are not that crazy, but the humidity is constantly just through the roof. It's very swampy in West Virginia, and I have my philosophy on that. I've never had this described to me, but my belief, the amount of forest coverage in the state is insane. Everything that is man-made, right? Yards, parking lots, roads, train tracks is carved out of the Appalachian rainforest. You know what I mean? And it will start retaking it as soon as you let it. So we have an insane amount of leaf litter on the forest floor that acts as a sponge, and it just holds an immense amount of moisture. And I believe that's slowly being released, you know, helping the humidity stay extremely high. Cameron Lancaster, Smoky Stash will be at Muletown. Awesome, man. Another one. That's looking forward to shaking your hand, brother.
So the humidity, playing it like this, you could put dried tobacco out in a couple of hours. You'll have basically a single Goliath blend.
Yep. You don't need a humidor in the summer here for cigars. You've got to keep the humidity away from the cigars. OES Pipe Company is heading out. Take care, everyone. Happy smoking. You too, sir. Very good evening. Great seeing you. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, so David's got a system.
There we go.
He's got a system. Winters in lower Alabama and summers in Libby. It's Montana?
I believe be Montana.
Yep, I think.
That or Manhattan, but I'm going to go with Montana.
Maybe MT stands for Muletown. He just lives there all year long.
There you go. So Cameron, I'm very glad to know that you'll be at Muletown. Really looking forward to that. We'll be there Friday evening and all day Saturday. We won't be able to attend Sunday, but
Oh, Carrie's got a combination we just smoked last weekend, right?
week ago today.
Yes. Capstan Blue and the 311 KS. I still have no, I took it in there to smoke some. I'm going to just finish off what I got of it. That is some delicious stuff.
I
It's
smoked it
really good.
back in the day a good bit, and the price went up. And I haven't smoked in a few years, but I smoked that sample that you gave me, and man, I want to go buy a 10 so bad.
David sent.
Was it David that sent it?
David sent that from
Okay.
22.
Let me
Um,
quote came from there. But man, I want to buy a 10 now so bad.
Blue Line, I got that there, buddy. Man, it's really good seeing you in here, Blue Line. I've been wondering about you. Thought about messaging you. I stay so busy, man. Everybody does, right?
Sal Dog's got the Savinelli 320 king size with pretty slice. I think
Wicked combination, man. You're onto something. David's telling Carrie he had some Capstan 2 bowls ago. Timber Drifter, my horse meat amigo.
There we go.
Oh, okay. See, he's chiming in. The man with the knowledge. Timber Drifter, it's good to see you, buddy. Really, really, really is, man. Did a video talking about, it was that Russian tobacco video talking about I would love to have some of the Russian Tushonka tinned stewed meat. And he was telling me that they make some of it in some regions in Russia is horse meat. And I had to look it up. And boy, I did. And one of these days, I already told Hunter about it. He says if I obtain one, he'll try it with me. But some canned horse meat.
I get the canned horse meat and the Swedish, whatever that fish
yeah, you just looked that up. Our
is.
Swedish friend here might be able to help us out with that.
Beat me too. I knew the name of it. It's pickled herring, is what it is.
God is good, Blue Line. Absolutely. David, you haven't had which one yet, buddy?
Surströmming. There we go.
Yes. Yes. All right, Cactus. Come on in, buddy.
I've seen people order that online and the cans were empty. So
there he is. I'm coming, buddy.
We got Luke in the house, walked right into a canned horse meat conversation. Why, yes, you did, my good friend. I think Luke's will also be at Muletown.
Yeah, I can't remember what he said. Cactus, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, what's up, gang?
There
Can
he
you
is.
hear me?
Yeah, man. Yeah, loud and clear.
Sweet. Glad it's working.
He spelled it out with the Uber above the O and everything, Hunter.
Oh yeah, that's it. He's definitely
Timber Drifter got it right. It's definitely the same thing. Hey, David, email me and I'll get you some of that, buddy. I might have a little bit of that Wessex Burley Slice on hand. David G, email me Captain Burley Slice at Gmail, and I'll get you some of that to try, man. I think everyone needs to try Wessex Burley Slice. It's good stuff. What are you smoking, Cactus?
This is a sample of "And So to Bed" by Esoterica that Walt sent me.
Nice.
Great English blend from Esoterica, and that's like a shag cut almost. Fantastic.
Yeah. And this is the first Esoterica I've ever had. So I wanted to say, I think Walt's on here. I want to say thanks again, Walt. Really appreciate it.
Really glad you're enjoying that one. Everyone goes for Stonehaven and Penzance for the most part, and I understand why. They're great blends. But I think And So to Bed is a little bit underappreciated. I really enjoyed that blend when I had it. I got just one sample one time, but just a small amount. But man, it really hit the spot. It's a fantastic blend.
Cigar Vice is in the chat. Dr. Bob's Nightmare says, don't eat some. I don't know how you say that, Hunter.
Don't eat surströmming.
Yeah. I'd love to try. I love trying new things. That one does sound a little weird. I would give it a go. I would.
I just watched a great video that Cigar Vice did. I think it was his top 10 favorite tobacco blends or something like that. and his production absolutely kills
Yeah,
me.
he's doing a great job, man. He's doing a great job.
Just great work, absolutely phenomenal. And so, Cactus, are you on your back deck? Is that what that is?
I'm in the backyard. Yeah.
I guess the weather out there is probably kind of nice for smoking outdoors at the moment.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you, it's 66 degrees right now.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
It's been a long time since
It's not too bad.
We had one day that was like 58, I think, earlier this week, or was it 48?
No, it hit 50s one day this week for a short period of time. And it's strange when you got ice and snow all over the ground and it hits 50s like that. The contrast is just odd.
Look,
your guys' weather's been kind of schizophrenic.
We can hear you, but your video froze up there, Cactus. But you can go ahead, jump in anytime. But oh, it moved. You're good.
Is that better?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Can you repeat that? What you said?
I was just saying, you guys' weather's been kind of schizophrenic.
It has, and it usually is around here in the mountains. You know, it does what it wants to when it wants to, and you accept it or you bitch about it. That's the options, because you're not changing it.
You know, typically 38 degrees.
Hey,
What you got?
Did Chris Morgan tell you how many of those pipes people have bought yet?
He did. I don't know if I can say it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to lie. He did give me a number. I'm not sure if that's something I can mention or not.
No worries. I figured it was a decent chunk since you said you sold out all the bent apples.
Every last one of them.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I'd like to tell you, but I just don't know if I'm at liberty to say it. You know what I mean?
I can say
good.
Any details away. I checked Dakota's video and I wrote down everyone that ordered one and how many that I knew for sure had been ordered, and the actual number was double, and that was just the bent apple.
So
it feels like that's
crazy.
Been like just a huge success.
But when I got a hold of him, you know, I was like, I don't want to tell you a bunch of these are going to sell. I was like, there's a small group of us that are, you know, probably a couple dozen will sell. I could say that safely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've surpassed that. Nothing crazy. It's not hundreds of pipes, but you know,
Right.
We've at least put a good impression, I believe, on him. If we want to do something in the future, I think it would be much easier to do that. And even in a phone call last night, I asked him about exclusive shapes. I said, you know, how many units would you need to sell to do an exclusive shape for some type of thing? And he's like, somewhere between 50 and 100 would be the minimum to, you know, and you'd have to wait because it's not like he always has an exclusive shape just for one thing he can do. But if you're patient and you have the support and you could do 50 to 100 units, there's the potential of doing a shape unique to your own event pipe, right? So maybe in the future something like that would be cool as well. He said, you know, the price would be a little bit more on an exclusive shape, obviously, but just as a potential thing, that'd be kind of cool.
I think that would be neat.
I
got this up. This is a Morgan. It's not Bones, but it's a Chris Morgan pipe.
Yeah.
I got this for free
Whoa.
from them. It's like a bulldog.
Yeah.
He does these specials every once in a while. If you're on his email list, if you buy like $130 worth of stuff, he'll put some kind of like grab bag in there, and it can be like, you know, something, you know, cheapish, but I got this pipe.
That's
like
really
blackjack pipe.
That's really nice.
It's a nice pipe. So I don't know how much it would sell for, but I mean, for free.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right, we got someone else here, guys. Give me 1 second.
You know, I have a Morgan Bones exclusive pipe. That was the pipe of the year for one of the forums that I'm on that Dakota may or may not have gotten kicked off of, and it's pretty cool. So I'm really
Yeah, I got hit with the band hammer.
I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, true story. God bless him. That's all I can say.
And we've got Salad Dog, where we can't see or hear him yet, so we will give him a minute to get situated.
So
I ain't
David,
never done this before, so give
I
me
can
a
hear
second.
you, buddy. I can hear you.
We can hear you.
I'm trying to figure it out.
All
You're
right,
halfway
buddy,
there.
no worries. David G has several Chris's artisan pipes. That's awesome because he does fantastic work. David, it sounds like you need to start making videos. That's what it sounds like to me. I need to see those pipes, buddy.
Yeah, I want to see all those LCSs you got, brother.
Right.
He's
You
got
know,
a heck of a collection.
I was talking to Chris MKC, however he has the channel name, Chris, our good buddy that's always on here, Chris. And
Wisconsin Chris, that's what we call.
me and him were looking at one of the Chris Morgan artisan pipes, and it was like a Bones, where it was natural, but it was like a $300 artisan made one that looked beautiful. And if I had the cash, I would have that in a heartbeat.
Am I on?
Oh, you're on, buddy. I see it.
That
Awesome.
Timber Drifter said he had a Morgan
What's up,
Bugs
Jonathan?
Bulldog that he
What's
really
up,
likes.
guys? How y'all doing?
Doing good, buddy. He said he left it on the rear bumper and never did find it. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's
Brutal.
heartbreaking.
Salad Dog, one of the very few people in the world that can outsmoke me.
Yeah. I've been smoking all day long. I'm probably on number 15 right now.
Ooh, that's pretty good, buddy.
You won't believe this, but I am on pipe number 2 today. I've had a busy day, and I've been zinning it up all day. But this is actually only pipe number 2. But like, I did the VR to your video, about bowls and all that, and I'm like, it depends on the person, but I don't want to seem like showy off because it's kind of a high number, but I'm going to be honest. This is in my current life situation, which is always dependent on changing. Right now I can smoke, usually about 8 to 10 bowls a day. And I'm like, man, I hope no one thinks I'm like full of it or anything like that. And then, Jonathan, you smoke more than I do. So I'm like, oh, thank God he gets it. You know what I mean? I'm not the only one that has bug really bad.
So what I do is I'll go do a little bit of work for about 10 minutes. Then I'll sit down for about 10 minutes and smoke a pipe. Then I'll go work a little bit, and then I'll come back and sit down for about 10 minutes, smoke another pipe.
That's what I do at work, where I'm kind of like a supervisor. I can sit in the truck a little bit, get out, check, make sure everything's okay, sit back in the truck.
Yep.
Until something goes wrong and they need me, but for the most part,
I can't smoke at work unless I'm on my lunch break. I'm a lumber grader, so I'm walking a chain with boards coming down constantly, and I have to grade them, and I have to wrangle all the chickens to do their job. It's like herding cats, but
if I'm working in the woods, I can typically smoke all day long. But sometimes I'm working in hydro facilities and I can't. Sometimes I'm inside, not often, but sometimes I work inside depending on the job location. But it's a lot of fun.
CBD Ron is in the chat. A very good evening, sir. David G, I got your email. I'll respond back when I get time. Guys, I'm probably on bowl number 8 today, something like that. Nothing too crazy, just
You guys do it.
Casual day. Oh, I've had probably that many Zen as well.
I haven't gone through a whole can of Zen, but I've gone through mostly a whole can of Zen today. But actually, I ran out while I was at a basketball game, and I was freaking out. And then someone pulled out a can of Zen in front of me, a family member, and I was like, "Yeah." So,
Sal Dog, what are you smoking? I don't remember if you said it yet, and what are you smoking it in, buddy?
Well, I'm on the Wessex Burley slice right now.
Oh, that's
I'm
right.
Savinelli 311, or I'm sorry, 320. Yeah, the big boy.
Yes, sir.
I can attest that Jonathan can smoke 15 to 20 bowls a day. And let me tell you how I know that. I'm on at least one Facebook group that you're a part of, and I saw that you made a post. And I almost said this, but then I overthought it, and I didn't want it to seem like a negative thing. But you had the most gnarly cake built up in this 3 that you were smoking, maybe that one. And I love cake build up. You know what I mean? I'm all about it. So I mean that in a positive way. I didn't know how you would take it, so I didn't say it. Cake build up, like, you're a pipe smoker. You know what I mean? You're serious about it. So I saw that. I was like, okay, my man Sal Dog is about that.
So when I jumped in, probably, let's see, this has been about a year. Well, about, yeah, a year and a half or so. I found it, and I found it through YouTube. I started out watching YouTube videos trying to figure out how to do it. And then I found the YouTube pipe community, and then from there is history.
But it's a rabbit hole that leads to other rabbit holes. And
Mm-hmm.
never gets boring. Always something new to explore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
David
Yep.
G says Chris made the largest billiard he's ever seen. It will be at Muletown, so I can't wait to see it. That sounds very interesting. That'll be very cool.
Timber Drifter says, I haven't tried the Zen. I think just stick with pipes and cigars. Don't want to spend more money on vitamin N. If you don't need it, don't buy it. That's my recommendation.
I think you're probably on the right thing. If you're satisfied where you're at and the amount of money you're spending, good on you. The thing is, at my job, I go all day, and I am a nicotine guy. Yeah.
Those are just like little pouches, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're tobacco free. It's just nicotine in a pouch. It's spitless. It's pretty, hygienic. They're
Like
nice.
there's like a certain level of nicotine that's in it, or
Yeah, I get the 6 milligram Cool Mint. Actually, that's what Hunter's holding up. That's my go-to. That's all I purchase.
That's my
So he got me on the Dr. Pepper, the Diet Dr. Pepper. I got him on the 6 milligram Cool Mint.
I was pretty using nicotine pouches when I couldn't smoke. If I could smoke long, I wouldn't use the nicotine pouches, but I have a history of Copenhagen use, so I kind of have this need for nicotine. And I was trying to find a nicotine pouch that worked for me for a few different reasons, things I wasn't liking, and I ended up switching to Zen. But they just look like this, and all you got to do is that right there.
Oh, really? You double dipping?
No, that's my only Zen I have in.
Zen in a pipe.
I don't do that. I don't do that. Guys, I do want to warn everyone, though. We have a very nefarious character in the chat. Happy Valentine's Day to Porch Piper Tom. He says, hello, sweethearts.
Tomas.
So,
A newbie question, real quick.
Yes, sir.
This is my first getting on here live thing with y'all. I don't see anybody's comments. Am I doing something wrong?
No, you're not going to see that from Zoom. You would have to have a second device or be on a laptop screen where you could window it or something like that.
Okay.
And have the YouTube pulled up. Hunter's got his phone and a laptop out. I'm on my laptop and I'm using software that show me the Zoom call and the YouTube feed chat where I'm streaming to. So
Got you. Well, if somebody asks a question, I don't see it. That's why.
I will relay it to you. I try to read all the comments. Some of them are just like between each other, and I might not read them, but I really try to read all the comments. Old Dirty Shinobi's in here. You can get up to 65 milligram pouches from Europe. We have a Swedish friend in the chat. He might be able to tell us about that.
65?
Life with a Pipe is in the chat. A very good evening. He's had some computer issues. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out for him. He participated in the YTPC pipe, limited edition pipe as well.
good.
Um,
So, Jonathan, I wanted to ask you. You may have explained this in a video, but if so, I did not catch it. As someone who smokes a good amount throughout the day, do you find yourself switching blends and switching pipes every other smoke, or do you smoke kind of a few different blends and keep smoking the same pipe over and over? How do you approach your rotation?
So I've got my racks that I built on my workbench behind me, and I pretty much start at the left side and start working my way down.
oh, wow.
And then-
So every smoke, you just grab the next pipe, put it up.
yeah.
Typically smoke a different blend with each pipe, or will you smoke the same blend throughout the day?
No, I smoke. I reach over on my desk over here, and I got my drawers full of tobacco. I'll just reach in and now some days I'm a big vapor guy. I like English, but I'm a huge vapor guy, so
Yep.
I'm reaching for all my vapors. Most of the time, they're up on top of my workbench. I'll reach over and the majority of them, I'm not gonna lie to you, the majority of them I blend myself now.
That's awesome.
And I love them. I mean, not everybody has a different palate, but I like what I've blended. I'll reach for one I've blended, and then sometimes I'll dig into my others that are in my drawers. But for the most part, I'm just smoking what I blended.
Hey, that's awesome. If you understand what you like, you can control the blend, the exact amount of Perique percent that you want, and all this, and that's great. I don't blend; I wouldn't be any good at it. But man, I love to try this stuff, though. You know what I mean? So
Well, I'm gonna bring some with me to the show, and like I said, I want honest opinions too, just like Walt does on different blends. Something I like, somebody else might not, or they may have a suggestion that I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to give that a try. I'm going to try blending some more of this or that and the other, and give it a shot.
I'm going to get into it at some point. I got so many irons in the fires, guys. There's only so much time, but at some point, that's one of the things I would love to tinker with. Right? I think it's approachable if you want to do it, and everyone can kind of do it if they want to.
And Sal Dog, Carrie mentioned in a comment here that your Kotek is good, and good is all capital. So she must really.
Hey, I appreciate it, Carrie. So Carrie labeled or named one of my blends. I couldn't figure out a name for it. And I said, it's got this, that. And I said, it's pretty good. And she said, well, what about close enough? And I said, sounds good. I'm going to label it close enough.
Okay. All right.
She didn't know if it's going to stick, but Walt's Valentine blend last night. What was it that she called that? Carrie, will you let us know? Because I thought it was a genius name.
Dr. Bob's Nightmare's got an interesting mix. He's smoking 50-50, Five Brothers, and half. So that'd probably be decent.
I really enjoy Five Brothers mixed with Three Sales because they're both kind of shag cut, so you get this Burley Virginia thing going on.
My thought on his mix there is that's a fairly stout blend. 50% Five Brothers is still 50. That's a half a bowl of Five Brothers any way you cut it. So that's fairly stout.
Very stout. Cupid's Revenge. There we go. And I'll tell you another one that's actually half decent for you guys that like to mix Five Brothers. I didn't come up with this, but mixing Five Brothers with Lane 1Q, you might not want to do a 50-50. You might want to play around with it a little bit, but it's a pretty interesting combination.
Here you go, Carrie. Some close enough. I'm fixing to load up.
Nice. Walt's having some Key Largo. I know me and Hunter both like Key Largo. Timber Drifter says these days he tends to smoke around 5 pipes a day, give or take a couple. If I'm smoking Cobbs, that number triples, which is a significant difference,
Love my Cobbs. That's my new thing right now. I don't know if it'll stick, but it's seeming like it's going to. Be smoking more Cobbs lately.
I was just telling Hunter during the podcast recording, guys, I believe one of the things I'm going to be looking for at Muletown is a good deal on a decent quality Meerschaum pipe. I've never owned or smoked out of a Meerschaum pipe in my life, strangely enough.
Oh, it's great, dude.
I've been smoking a pipe for a really long time. I just love Briar. I'm crazy about Briar. But I'd like to own at least one mirror that I smoke, And that's one of the things I think I'm going to keep my eye out for is a decent quality, reasonably priced Meerschaum pipe.
I have a really nice Meerschaum bowl for I use a good bit that's a lot like Walt's. I have a really cool, 1950s K. Woody Meerschaum pipe, but the draw is so tight. The only thing I can smoke in it is Prince out. So I don't really have an actual Meerschaum pipe. That Falcon Bowl, the Meerschaum, it's pretty awesome. I really enjoy it.
So Luxor's trying something new. 2015 Cabby's mixture. It's pretty dang good, he says. David G's got an interesting one here. He has Sam McGaw with the Rum Twist, which I'm a huge fan of Rum Twist, and Aaron Moore mixed together. That's an interesting one. I'm having a hard time kind of imagining exactly how that goes, but that Rum Twist is good stuff. Like for the Pipes having a bowl of Key Largo in a video he recorded. He will publish tomorrow. It was the first time having it. Latakia and Cigar Leaf together surprisingly well. Me and Hunter thought Key Largo was maybe the best use of Cigar Leaf yet that we've found. A very complex nuance blend. I thought it was quite good.
The way that I explained Key Largo, and you might have a different experience, and if so, that's fantastic. But it's not a pipe blend that's trying to be a cigar. It uses the cigar leaf element to. It tastes like an English blend with a touch of cigar, but it smokes like a cigar. The thickness of it, the body of it, the creaminess of it, it gives it that element. So it's not a blend trying to be a cigar. It's just trying to take some of the smokability of a cigar and adding it to a pipe blend to me. And I found that to be the best use for it because I've tried pipe blends that are trying to be a cigar in a pipe, and it just hasn't really worked out in anything that I've tasted so far. But this was the best use, in my opinion, so far of a cigar leaf.
Have you
I tell
tried
you,
the warped until the end?
Yes, I have some of that. I like it.
That one's good.
I like that one. I like that one a lot. I don't smoke it much. I do like it. I have some of the Haunting. This past year's Haunting, Hunter gifted me some. I liked it. Hunter wasn't crazy about it. I think I liked it more than him. It's very basic as far as the flavor profile. It's kind of simple. It doesn't have a lot of different stuff going on, and it's just very base cigar leaf kind of forward, you know. But I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Cornell Deal Burley has cigar leaf in it. I enjoy it real well.
Which one?
Big and Burley.
Yeah, I don't know how much cigar leaf's in there. I don't really detect it all that much.
Burley, Billy Bud. I might have it backwards. I enjoy both.
No, Billy Bud definitely
Billy
does.
Buds does for sure.
Yeah.
I like Billy Bud really well, but again, it's not trying to be a cigar. It just kind of uses that element a little bit.
I think the Haunting is trying to be a cigar. I'll be honest, but I do like it.
Billy
Montana Piper has entered the chat. Very good evening, sir. Hopefully you've gotten your pipe fixed. We're looking for an update on that. Old Dirty Shinobi says, what smokes better, Meerschaum or Morta? He's looking at a Morta. Mortas are cool. I don't know a lot about them. Timber Drifter gives some really good advice here. He says, before you buy a mirror, see if it'll pass a pipe cleaner. The engineering is pretty crappy on many of the less expensive ones. So thank you for that information, sir. It will certainly be something I keep in mind. Thank you.
If I don't know where it's MBSD pipes. I don't know. I'm not sure where they're from, but if they're in Muletown, they might have some of their Meerschaums there, and theirs are really, really quality.
Man, that's a great company. That's where I bought that that Dunhill that Hunter's got that I gifted him. They're great, man. They do a really good job. I like them a lot.
And real quick, I want to mention this so we don't lose it. The League of the Keepers of the Briar says that Cornell and Deal's Purple Cow and Seersucker are two good cigar leaf blends, and I've heard a lot about both of those. Seersucker, especially recently, I've seen several people smoking. I haven't had either one, but those seem to be really good suggestions.
Life of the Pipe says, Dakota and Hunter, thank you for the Smoking Bay referral. He's right here in my county. Got a big order in from him past week. We'll be doing a box opening and shout out for his website. That's awesome.
I think Pavel will be at Muletown, I believe.
I told you the pronunciation a little wrong on his name, Hunter. It would be Pavel.
Pavel, okay.
Okay, so I was close. I said Pavel. I believe it would be Pavel. He's great, guys. I got the tobacco mat here somewhere that he sent me.
Is Chris from Morgan Bones? Is he going to be at the show?
I didn't ask him. I should have asked him. I talked to him for a long time on the phone yesterday, and I never did. I should have.
I'm going to look it up real quick.
David's asking about the Samoy. He says, now that's a cigar and a pipe. I've only had one of theirs. I know they got a couple of them.
I'll tell you real quick about Chris, though. I made a few orders for the pipes, and I did them at different times because things kept coming up, and I'm like, okay, I need this, this, and this. You know, he went back through there, and he's going to put them all in one shipping for me and refunded the shipping on each individual order.
I'm not surprised a bit, man. Listen, man, he has been so nice to work with. And, I mean, it makes sense. He's selling pipes, right? But I've dealt with a lot of companies and a lot of people. Not everyone's pleasant to work with. He has been so accommodating. You know, I came to him with an idea, and he has been nothing but an absolute gentleman and accommodating and so easy to work with. work with, and that's awesome for me because I've always been a fan of his Bones line
Oh yeah.
pipes. I think they are an incredible value and hold a corner of the market that no one else is doing. You're getting a cool sandblasted pipe, Italian briar, for the same price as like a Dr. Grabo. So
Probably
yeah,
one of my favorite pipes right here, the poker that he made, and this is my first one I ever bought from him, and I messaged him and I said I want a poker, and he sent me some pictures of what he had, and I got to pick this one out, and this is probably one of my favorite pipes that I own. It is awesome, and it has colored up beautifully.
yeah, my Chubby Rhodesian's colored up great. Me and Hunter's always been a fan of his stuff, but dealing with him now, I couldn't be more of a fan. Like, I'm on board, man. Just really doing good stuff.
So real quick, I do not see Morgan Bones on the list, and I don't see Smoking Bay on the list. So I was wrong about that, and I could have put money down on it. As far as estate pipes go, I did see Reborn Pipes will be there. I believe that's the estate pipes. He cleans those up, and then let me see what was the other one I was going to say. There was something else on here, and I lost it, but. A lot of people, though, I'm not going to read the whole list off, but a lot of boutique names that everyone will recognize, like Jay Davis, for instance. Of course, Peterson, Savinelli, Missouri Meerschaum, Cornell Deal. A lot of great folks, though, so it should be a great event. Really looking forward to it.
Man, this
So
whole
here's my question. I've never been, like I said, this is my first pipe show, and I know nothing about this place. It looks like a nice, cool, smaller town. Is there going to be like a place to tailgate or get a good group of us together and stuff?
There's an outside place. If it's in the same venue as it's always been, I've been watching some of the videos. There's like an outside area where people can hang out. So I don't think that'll be a problem. Inside looks quite crowded. So
worst comes to worst, we can always meet up at a certain hotel, depending on where most people are located, and tailgate outside that. I have that vintage tin of Three Castles 50-some-year-old Virginia shack gut that I'm going to open up and split to all the YTPC guys that are there. So, Sow Dog, make sure you find me during that event at some point. I might not have it at the show, but that is going. Some of that will be going home with you before we all take off for sure.
Has anybody done a weather reconnaissance for the show weekend?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I haven't looked yet.
Because I know last year they had like a massive rain downpour.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, we don't need that.
We'll make it work either way.
Look, we'll fit as many people in my truck as we can and just hot box, because I've smoked so many cigars in there. All good.
We'll pitch.
Well, we can do like Yusuf does, and he's got some fancy way of flipping a pipe upside down somehow and smoking it. I don't know how he does it. He's a magician.
Listen, I know of a guy that used to have a pipe that was called the pipe. It was a synthetic material, Brylon, that is like half resin, half briar dust, indestructible. It's the only pipe that he smoked, and he smoked like a Lane Limited type blend in it. Anyways, he smoked this one pipe for 20 years, every single day, all day. He would even smoke it in the shower upside down. Did not stop smoking, and he never cleaned it other than rain. Couldn't get any tobacco in it. Nastiest looking thing you ever saw. Wish I had a picture of it. But yeah,
that's my hero right there.
Man, I don't know. One pipe only for 20 years. I mean, one blend. But let me tell you, he loved the combination. He was happy with it. So that's what it's all about, finding what works. You know what I mean?
Montana Piper's asking who all's going to the Chicago show. I would love to. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. David G saying Chris Morgan doesn't travel. Porch Piper Tom says he's got 3 of his pipes, and they're all great smokers. 1 poker, 2 different size apples, plus the one he just ordered that he's doing for us. Walt says he has some old Symphony to bring to the show. Luke, sir, we did pick a hotel. I don't know which one it is. You'd have to ask Hunter. Yeah, some of his Montana Piper says are 9mm filters. He had a Bulldog recently that was. Listen, if you guys don't don't have a shower beer, you're not showering correctly. Everybody needs a shower beer. I have a very specific place where it goes. Shower beer is a necessity. It's a
So-
part of
What
life.
about bourbon? Can you have a shower bourbon?
I've never done it. You could. I've never done it though. The shower beer is standard operating procedure.
So listen, I got one time. I had a shower beer, and I left it in the shower. Not
I've done it a bunch. Kids hate me for it.
It kind of became a joke between my wife and I who was going to throw it away, even though obviously I should because I'm the one that put it there. But I wanted to see how long she would go before she moved it, so it stayed months. And I wasn't thinking my father-in-law, who's a pastor, had to come over and shower one day because he was having a water issue at his house. And there in the shower is like Budweiser long neck bottle. And I'm like, oh no.
You take glass into the shower, you're living dangerously.
Hey,
No,
hey,
it-
Sow Dog. Carrie says put it in a Yeti and go. So if you're gonna do
Heck yeah.
bourbon in the shower, just put it in a Yeti and
Mhm.
you'll have it made. Timber Drifter says he had a couple of the Brylons 20 years ago. Those things smoked real hot for him. Tongue scorchers. His experience there. Some of the Medicos were made out of that synthetic type stuff. I stay away from that stuff myself. Give me some good old briar or some kind of natural material.
real quick, Walt Carolina Kirk says he's at the Super 8. I didn't book the hotel last night like I was supposed to because I ended up all night on the live, but I plan on staying at the one that Tom is staying at, the Baymont, which is by Wyndham. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to try the Super 8 because I have a lot of Wyndham points that I'm trying to get a free room, which I should be able to.
Yeah, I was gonna pile on the praise for Chris Morgan too. So I ordered the YTPC pipe, and there was you have to put like the comment on or whatever. And I must have put my note in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
I put it on there, but I think I put it in the wrong spot and he didn't get it. But he actually called me up and said, "Hey, is this for the YTPC pipe?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, okay." So he wanted to make sure that because he's like, "Oh, I was gonna just send you out the bent apple, but I wanted to make sure."
That's awesome.
I was like, how's that for like personal service?
Yeah. He's been so accommodating, man. I'm just kind of blown away. Also, on a personal note, he's a very personal guy. Really nice chatting with him, doing this with him. I'm sure we'll do stuff in the future, man. Really cool guy.
And quick update here. I forgot to update. I reloaded number 1, and I'm now smoking Watch City Cigars Masshole Flake because I cannot get enough of the blend. The more I smoke it, the more I love it, but also the more I smoke it, the more and more empty that jar gets. So it's so bittersweet every time I pull a flake out.
I cannot believe they sold out 400 pounds of that.
Well, I bought a pound. You know what I mean?
I did too.
So, like, it wouldn't take too many of us to, chunk away at that. So, Walt's asking, how do you order the pipe? If you're talking about the YTPC pipe, so update, if you didn't see my update video, guys, we sold out of the bent apple. Chris was hospitable enough to continue this with the Meunier ball shape. So what you do is go to morganpipes.com. You would add the Meunier ball in the classic finish, which means unfinished, to the shopping cart. And in the comments on the order, right above the order now, there's a comments box where you can put in text, put YTPC Legends 2026, and he'll know that's what it's for when you order it. Guys, he's waiving the engraving price for this to help us out as a community. And really looking forward to it. As another update on this, I mentioned it in the video. I don't know if everyone watched the video all the way through. There was some stuff. Your order will process, and it might even say that it's in the system and you're going to have a tracking number or something, but they are not going to be actually engraved and shipped out until the end of the 2 weeks. The Monday after this one coming is when all of the work's going to be done, the engraving, and then he's going to ship them out. So you will be billed now, but at that time's when the work is going to be done and shipped out. I think there was a little bit of confusion with that, but thank you, Hunter. That's it. That sums it up.
And
Montana Piper says he supports the military as well, which is fantastic.
Yes, and first responders.
And first responders.
Nice.
Fantastic. Porch Piper Tom said he did the same thing, and he emailed him right away. So that's great, man. Just great feedback.
I missed my very first order. I missed the comment thing, and I emailed him because I missed that. he responded right back to me and said, "I got you taken care of." So he is on his game. I
Yeah,
mean,
man,
he
he
is
really is.
great.
And these
Right.
Bones pipes, I love how they darken, but they're very inexpensive. But that does not mean they're low quality. These things,
Mhm.
roots, they can take a beating. You can smoke it over, and over again. They smoke dry. I really can't say enough good things about them. I don't have enough of them, but
Well,
I've loved both the ones I've had. I gave the first one away. Someone really wanted it, and I said, "Man, it's yours." But cannot say enough good things about Chris, and I can't say enough good things about his pipes as well. Really phenomenal. And
I
if
mean,
you go ahead,
so you want to have an inexpensive pipe that you can take anywhere that like you're not worried about losing or, dropping like off your boat if you're fishing or whatever,
I take mine fishing, actually. Yeah.
Mhm.
and if anyone has Facebook, there's a Morgan Boat fan page on Facebook that is really awesome. People, most gnarly darkened smoke bones pipes you've seen where they naturally darken. That's a really awesome page for those active on Facebook. You should join.
Maybe I should advertise the YTPC pipe on there,
Yeah,
on their
Do it.
fan page, and say, hey, if
yeah.
anyone's
Chris posts on the fan page, so he is a part of it himself. So you'll get updates and new in stock alerts and all kinds of stuff. So if you're a Bones fan on Facebook, really recommend you join that page.
Yeah, I'm on there as well. I need to upload, keep mine going. Guys, mine's darkened up so much. I'll tell a funny story. It's self-deprecating. I've said it before. Last week, I guess. Yeah, last week, my original darkening process was helped a little bit by accidentally dropping my Bones Chubby Rhodesian in my Stanley cup of coffee on my way to work. So pro tip that might help a little bit. It happened again last week. I dropped it right into the coffee cup again on the way to work. And thank God my wife's forgiving because I was in a foul temper after that, buddy. But yeah, that happened not once, but twice with the same pipe. And it's probably because I pack it up and I'm carrying it out to my car with my coffee, and coffee goes in the cup holder, and I sit the packed pipe on the console to light up after I drop the kids off and stuff. So
Before you actually got the story out, Dr. Bob's
Mhm.
night that take the coffee pipe fishing, it's already baptized. So he remembered the story. And real quick, David G says if anyone is interested, Simon LCS Briers did an interview with Chris Morgan. You can find it on his playlist.
And as a little Easter egg, Chris Morgan may or may not have said he would come on to the Brothers of the Pipe podcast. So
Mhm.
have that to look forward to. Should be interviewing him at some point.
Coffee Stain builds character, Montana Piper says. I'm sure Price would agree.
Timber Drifter said he's dropped my pipe in his pipe in his coffee a couple times. It happened, and when it's an unfinished pipe, it just happens to darken up quite nice.
All right, I got a quick police story about dropping coffee on stuff.
Oh boy. Okay.
So I got up one morning, got my coffee ready, put it in my coffee cup holder in the my unmarked patrol car, and was heading to training for the day. And I was coming up to the stoplight coming out of the neighborhood, and I hit the brakes a little too hard. Well, that coffee spilled over into where my light switches are that control my blue lights and siren.
It shorted them out.
It shorted them out. All my lights came on. My siren came on. And people are freaking out everywhere. They're stopping and screeching and all that. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm not even going to an emergency and all my lights and sirens are going off. So I just put it reversed and kind of backed into the neighborhood and pulled over the side and started pulling wires out from behind the plugs.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's great, man.
One of my finest moments.
Yeah.
Luxor says a little worm dirt helps too. I'm sure he's referring to fishing with the Morgan Bones.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a couple people that post their pipes on the fan page on Facebook, and they are heavy equipment operators, which you work on your equipment if you operate it. So you often have grease and oil on your hands. And you can tell these are working man pipes, blue collar used pipes. And I mean, they are filthy in the most awesome way possible. I love it.
Dr. Rob's
Yeah.
Nightmare says a little coffee makes great rub on barbecue beef and pork. I've had coffee rubs before. I think my friend Chris Collins did some one time, and I can't remember what it was. It was something I was impressed. It's not
Really?
something I'm super familiar with, but I have had some of it at least.
Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper work good for barbecue too, for barbecue sauces.
It's funny you mentioned that. There's a family around here. A lot of hunters around here eat a lot of venison and stuff. One family around here does a roast in bear, and they do it in Pepsi, and they swear by it. And I've had it, and it was fine, but it just seems weird. Just Pepsi, you know what I mean? You slow cook bear roast in Pepsi.
Kerry confirms that the coffee rub is the best. So I haven't had that yet, actually. That'd be interesting to see.
I've never had bear. I can say that.
I've had bear a few times, and I made it myself as well. I've got good stuff to say about it. A lot of
Does it
stuff
taste
around
like
here.
chicken?
Pardon?
Does it taste like chicken?
No, it doesn't taste like chicken. You know, a lot of people say it's greasy meat, but I mean, it's no greasier than pork or anything else. Another thing about it is where the bear was sourced, right? So if you have a bear that has been in and out of like civilization, eating out of trash cans its entire life,
Oh, good.
it probably wouldn't be the best for consumption, right? But luckily, the bear I've had was killed way back in there, living off of, you know, omnivores. So whatever bears are eating, you know, berries,
Berries and honey and stuff.
roots, and you
If
know.
they eat trash, they taste like trash. But when I had Bear Dakota, where you used to live up on the hill, our close friends in the red house next door, they made a bear stew one time. They did not kill the bear, but the meat was given to them, and it was actually very, very good. I enjoyed
Was
it.
it?
It was. Uh,
Did the mom or did the dad make it?
I think the dad made it.
Tim did. Yeah, I figured. My buddy there.
I think he did. But I've had bison. Bison's really good. I've had
Bison burger's pretty good too.
bison burger.
Mine's good.
And I'm a big seafood person, so anything out of the water, whether that's freshwater, saltwater, I'll give it a go. I think shark is probably the most exotic type of fish I've had, but I don't think there's any kind of fish or swimming creature I haven't eaten at least one point.
There's some I would like to try actually that I haven't, but I'm with you. Timber Drifter says he's got an okay woody billiard that he smokes when he's working on tractors and trucks. He said that thing is black. I'm guessing it didn't originally come black. I understand. Carrie had bison tonight. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Porch Piper Thompson's coffee and mustard plus rub spice. That sounds
Yeah, I've heard that one.
and,
I haven't done it, but I've heard it.
and that is wild, like you mentioned that Carrie says here that she had bison tonight. What's the chances of that? That's pretty cool.
So you were talking about how you like seafood and all that. So
Love it.
I got a funny story talking about like eating weird stuff.
Yeah.
So I lived in Japan for 3 years.
Okay.
I was teaching
Dang.
I was teaching English over there. This is like 20 years ago, but we went out for sushi one time, and you know how like if you get sushi, sometimes they give you like like a little bowl of like salad or edamame or something like that before. So we're getting our sushi, and like I didn't really speak very good Japanese. We were with a Japanese person. She kind of did all the ordering for us and everything, and they gave us like a little dish before the sushi came out. It looked like a white pudding or something like that. And I'm like, we're kind of
exactly what it is.
So I'm eating it, and I'm like, what is this? It's like, she's like,
Can I take it before you say it?
She's like, I don't know how to say it in English. So she's like, talking to the, sushi guy. She's like, oh, he says from the fish, it's the male egg. I'm like, I don't want any more of that. More of that.
Was it from a whale? Usually it's from a whale, typically. I haven't tried it, but
I'm not sure what fish it was from, but I didn't want to know anymore after that.
Yeah.
Y'all are brave.
Yeah. We got some good conversation in the chat talking about the food sources, bioaccumulating into the proteins of the meat of the animal. I've heard a lot about this, actually. It's really interesting. I've heard people talking about, these big, muscular, very, very healthy looking deer that that got big on the soybean fields that might not taste as good as this other deer and this kind of stuff. And I don't know a lot about it, but it's an interesting conversation. And it sounds like people's had experiences where this has happened. So
Porch Piper Tom says lobster ravioli and I can't say caprese at my fave Italian bistro tonight, but brought the cannoli home for breakfast. I love cannolis.
well,
I've
that
never
sounds good.
Italian cannoli, but I've gotten them out of like grocery stores pre-made. Really enjoy them.
So a little pro tip here from David G. He says coffee grounds work great to get the ghost out of a pipe. I've never heard this one before, but he just lets it sit in there for several days, and he says he gets great results.
Luxor says he'd hate to be the one milking the whales.
Uh,
Yeah, nobody wants that job.
yeah, man. One of my running jokes, like I'm a bullshitter, and if I'm bored, I will just bullshit to a stranger. One of the running jokes I heard it somewhere is tell people that during college I had a part-time job at SeaWorld where I waxed the dolphins and go into that and just completely bullshit and lying through my teeth.
Oh,
Oh, by the way, so this is that 7Ellie that I had that bowl coating issue with, just like you did, Dakota.
Yep.
I cleaned this thing out with that with my
You dribbled
Dremel.
it, right?
Yep. And then Mike said to get the bottom, use Everclear and Q-tips, and that worked perfectly.
Yep. Nice.
This is my inaugural bowl after cleaning it all out and chemical nonsense is gone.
That's awesome. And that Bings is actually a little bit unique. The stem, I think it's the underside or something. The way it's cut, yeah, it's slightly different than regular Bing's favorites. That's a very unique, beautiful Bing's. I'm glad you got one, man. Was it discounted now that it's past Christmas?
I don't think it was, but I get that, like, I'm sure we probably all do. Look at that, like, silver.
Yeah.
Discount for as much money as we all spend on smoking pipes. So I got like 5% off or 10% off or whatever it was. Yeah, twinsies.
They're gorgeous, dude. Now that mine's sanded, it's a wonderful smoker, of course. Which I mean, I love 311, so for me, this is like one of my shapes. I only have one Bing's favorite. Is that your first Bing's favorite?
Yep.
And you're enjoying it?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I really like mine too, man.
I really dig it.
Porch Piper Tom's one of the reasons I got into it. Mushroom Leg is in the chat. But yeah, I think the Bing's favorite is not only like an attractive pipe, right? It's a classic shape. It's a good smoker. The proportions just work. Hunter's got a real lovely one too. I bought mine in State. I got mine for a pretty good deal. But yeah, they're nice pipes.
So Cactus, your Bing's favorite, it's like it has a very small taper to the stem there. It's not a tapered stem, but just the slight indent. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's got like a right there. You can kind of see it, but it kind of goes down.
Almost like a saddle bit word I was trying to find. Almost where it kind of tapers in a little bit. It's not a saddle bit, but it's just ever so slightly tapered there. That's very cool.
Yeah, I don't have my Bings in here, but mine's ever so slightly different. Not that was just kind of unique to me. I think the St. Nick pipes for 2025 are one of the better looking ones. I love the color scheme.
I have a 20
great looking scheme.
15 St. Nicholas pipe. I love both of them. Really awesome. Actually, my very first Savinelli was a 20. I don't know. I think it was the 2015, but it's a 207 straight billiard St. Nicholas pipe, and it's one of the best Savinellis I have. So that's what got me hooked. But yeah, awesome pipe.
I'm a huge Savinelli fan. I've got maybe 2 Petersons, and for some reason I go towards Savinelli. I just love them.
I think I have about 20 Savinellis.
Wow.
Yeah.
A couple of Rossies. I've been collecting them for a while. Most of mine I buy on the estate section of pipes, but I bought a good bit new as well. So really it's probably about half and half. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm really big on them.
Cactus,
What's the difference in
Mushroom Leg
Rossi
said, is
and
that Jeremy
Savinelli?
Reeves on the bottom left?
That's funny. Cactus looking like Jeremy Reeves. So Rossi is a Savinelli second. So you take the briar that would be used for a Savinelli pipe, and they find a flaw in it for some reason, a cosmetic flaw, whether it is a could be anything, but it couldn't be sold as a Savinelli pipe, even though it would function and smoke just fine. So they put a cheaper stem and a cheaper finish on it, and they're sold as Rossi pipes.
I love my Rossies. I have several
Interesting.
Rossies. I'm giant fans. I'm a big fan of Savinelli. Savinelli's probably not a big fan of Captain Burley Slice, but Captain Burley Slice is a big fan of Savinelli.
So did you reach out to Smoking Pipes, or did you talk to somebody from Savinelli about that?
So I did not reach out to Savinelli for the longest time because they had the same policy as Smoking Pipes that they will not accept returns of a smoked pipe. So I reached out to Smoking Pipes, A, because that's where it was purchased, and B, because they are the exclusive United States distributor for Savinelli. So they're like, to say they're close, it's just an understatement, right? So I got a hold of Savinelli or Smoking Pipes, excuse me, and I'll just recap my experience. It was at first I told them what the problem was, and they were like, "Yeah, we've heard some stories about this. We'll email you this ready form how to do the salt treatment to it." I'm like, hold up. I know how to do the salt treatment. I'm like, I'm a long-time pipe smoker. I was like, there's a problem here, and my wife bought this for me. And I'm it's not that I can't fix it. I was like, you have a form ready to email me on how to do this. It's a known problem for you, and instead of like someone fixing it, you got new pipe smokers don't know any better out here getting a chemical taste, and like Montana Piper, just like me, ended up getting a headache from it.
Yep.
And they're like, well, we can't return it because it was smoked, and I kept like adamant until the lady was like, well, let me talk to my boss, and the boss. They emailed me back the next day. I was like, I tell you what we can do. If you pay to ship it to us and we can find a problem with it, like how are you going to find a problem with it? You know what I mean? You're going to smoke it until you taste it?
Right.
We'll refund your money and your shipping if we can find a problem with it. And I'm like, no, I can fix this. I was just unhappy with that level of service. A, unhappy with the quality control from Savinelli, and B, unhappy with the customer service from Smoking Pipes. So that was it. Nothing was said. It was kind of closed book. I told everybody in the community that watched my content, I was like, hey, guys, I'm just going to fix it myself. Here's how I fixed it if anyone else is having problems. And then I waited, and man, lots of were having issues. And finally, I emailed Savinelli directly. I was like, guys, your name is getting drugged through the mud here in the States. And you've got such a great reputation. I love your pipes. I really do. But, what do you have to say about this? I said something a little harsh at the end. Like, at least let me know your position on this. And they didn't email me back, but they watched my YouTube stuff. I do know that. They seen all this stuff on YouTube. They got a hold of Smoking Pipes. Smoking Pipes called me in a rush all of a sudden, like, hey, Savinelli got a hold of us. We're refunding the full amount to your wife's debit card, and we're really sorry this happened, and we should have handled it better. And also, through that, Savinelli has claimed they fixed the problem, so we'll see. So, A, they made it right for me, I guess, but there's a bigger issue at play here, man. I had new pipe smokers commenting on my YouTube video that said, hey, I'm a brand new pipe smoker. I was recommended to Savinelli, and I'm having this horrible issue. I thought I was doing something wrong. You know what I mean? So for me, it wasn't that big of a deal. I've had pipes that have a little bit of off-putting flavors before. This was just something else, man. This
was gross. Yeah,
yeah,
and
gross.
I'm glad you posted about it because, like, I probably would have smoked it and been like, I wouldn't have known what necessarily to do. I wouldn't have gone right to the fact that there's a problem with the pipe necessarily. I would have thought, maybe it's tobacco, or maybe I'm doing something wrong,
And I'm sure you could have eventually smoked it out. Like, I've had new pipes with a little bit of a taste, and I've just been able to smoke through it, and eventually it goes away. And that's what I tried to do with this one. It was on like the third or fourth bowl I tried to smoke through it that my head was like, But yeah, I used Everclear to break up the bowl coating and then sanded it completely to Bear Briar. And it smokes like a champ. It is a Savinelli like any other Savinelli, and I'm a huge fan. It's a great pipe. But I just don't understand how such a big company can mess up on something so simple as a bowl coating. Well, in the first place, I'm not a huge fan of bowl coatings. In the second place, it should be just some kind of inert carbon or graphite type material. Like there should be nothing there to give a bad flavor. You do need a binding agent to get it to stick, but like this is a simple process that they should have learned from Peterson. Peterson did this a few years back, and people still remember that they had a spell, and it was a couple of years where their bowl coatings tasted like garbage, and people don't forget, So a company as big as Savinelli, with as much legacy, as much expertise and reputation, I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, how many pipes are out there that are
still? Yeah, if you order one today, it could still be obviously been made while that problem was persisting. So who knows? But I'll be the first one to say, after I am convinced that the problem has been fixed and I will get a good one, I will buy a brand new Savinelli just to show everybody. I'm not trying to beat up on them, man. I love them. Just $150 factory pipe, you have certain expectations. And one of those is it's going to function the way it was designed to, without you needing to do anything to it and without any kind of like noxious, toxic chemical flavors, right? That's the expectation.
So I got a funny story. Well, not funny, but so I ordered a pipe directly from Peterson in Ireland. This is maybe a couple years ago. I didn't order it from Smoky Pipes because they didn't have the one that I wanted, and I ordered off of Peterson's website. They sent it to me. Came directly from Ireland. This thing showed up, and this thing looked like it had been kicked around the floor. Like it was, I don't know if it was like a display model, that had been like dropped a bunch of times, but like, the ferrule, the band or whatever, like the silver band was like, had like dings on it. There were like the top of the bowl had dings on it. I'm just like, you charged me full price for this pipe. And it hadn't been smoked, but it looked used.
Right. Right.
So I emailed them, and I'm like, I sent them pictures, and they were kind of standoffish about it at first, and I had to get a little snippy, and they're like, okay, well, you can send it back to us, and we'll take a look at it, and kind of same thing. And so I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna send it back, and to me, like if they would have been like, look, if we give you like 20% off, will that work? I probably would have been fine. That's fine. It's technically, to me, it looks used. Give me a state price on it. Everybody would have been happy, but I had to spend money to send it back to frickin' Ireland, right? And then the information that they gave me, because it's international, right? So you have to fill out the stupid customs paperwork. They didn't give me the exact right directions, so it made it all the way to Ireland. Got kicked back to me. Came all the way back. I had to pay again to ship it back to Ireland. And finally, and they're like, okay, yeah, we'll give you your money back. And I'm like, yeah, how about the 2 shipping charges that I have to Ireland? And they actually finally gave me that money back too.
Did they?
They did.
Okay.
So that was cool. But like, like all of this, to send 2 packages to Ireland, and have it come from Ireland in the first place, send it back to Ireland, have it come back, go back to Ireland. This took like a month and a half to get resolved, to get my money back and everything. I'm just like, like I said, you could have just given me 20% off, over and done with. So it was like a ridiculous hassle, and I was like so pissed for a long time.
You remind me of a good point I want to bring up, Cactus. Let me read Timber Drifter's comment here. He says he'd rather just have an uncoated bowl, unless it's an unsmoked yellow bowl from the 60s or before. Yeah, for me, I'm a Bear Briar guy. Let's take all that complication out of the equation. Give me Bear Briar and I'm happy. But one thing you mentioned, and there he is, Brutal Enough is in the chat, and a very good morning, sir. Mistakes happen. Okay, I'm a big firearms guy. I've seen firearms come right off the factory floor that don't function. I've seen brand new automobiles with fluids in the wrong places. I've seen the stuff happens. So mistakes happen. It's how you deal with it that means everything, right? And you got to make it right somehow. And you cannot let a problem like that persist and just be like, well, if someone complains, we'll send them an email how they can do the labor to remedy the problem that was caused by the producer. That's horrible. That is just not standing behind your product. That's just horrible everything. And it's a pretty big deal to me.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, you should have just ordered it off of Smoking Pipes. I'm like, oh, Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Why did you sell it to me then? You know?
Exactly. Mushroom Leg wants to know what kind of Peterson pipe it was. What's the shape and model and all that?
Oh, I'd have to go. I'll have to go dig it out.
Okay.
But I'll let you know. I don't remember.
Oh,
It was like a bent billiard of some kind. I don't remember the exact model.
Lukester, I hope you don't carry appendix, buddy. Lukester has a SIG P320, which is a firearm with known issues. It was adopted by the military under the nomenclature of the M17. And since its release, really cool design, but since its release, been plagued with problems. At the very beginning, the first generation of these handguns would discharge if dropped at a certain angle. And then after that, we've had them accidental, not negligent, but accidental discharges with no trigger manipulation at all under certain circumstances. Lots of departments in the LEO scene has gotten rid of these and all kinds of problems, and SIG has handled that problem as bad as anyone can. And it's sad. I've usually been a fan
Glock,
of SIG.
baby, gotta go with Glock. I don't know how people feel about Glock.
I think they're boring, but I'm a Glock fanboy because they work. I think they're ugly. I think they're boring. I think everyone's got one, but I've every day carried a Glock since I turned 21. So my Glock 26, that's a Gen 3 Glock 26 that I still carry. I've carried 17 years when I first got my permit. Now I have 19s. I got a Glock 45 with a Trijicon RMR on it, and like Safariland holster, more of a external outside the waistband rig. But yeah, no, Glocks work. They work well, and they work every time. And that's kind of what I go with. Although I got all kinds of other stuff, but that's my bread and butter.
Yeah, we carry the Glock 45 9mm.
Nice.
And it is phenomenal. And we're
You got an
going
optic
to
on it?
we're starting right now. We're transitioning over to the red dot. Well, of course, I can't think of the name of it now. One of the real high end
SRO, Trijicon SRO. A lot of departments are going with that. There's closed and open emitters. There's different technologies. I have the Gen 2 Trijicon RMR, which is probably the strongest pistol dot ever made, but it's a little bit smaller viewing window and it's open emitter. So if water and stuff got in there, it can do some weird stuff. But yeah, dude, I'm a big fan. Have you shot pistol dot? Sowdog, you got any experience shooting a red dot on a pistol?
I have not shot a red dot on a pistol, only a rifle. They've started with our SWAT teams and our K9 guys, and then the new academies have them, and then now they're kind of trying to get everybody else on board. They're trying to get them,
I've been shooting dots on carbines forever, so that's like just a given for me. I had early EOTechs forever ago. Like I've on carbines, but just recently put them on pistols. And you do need to do some training. As far as picking up that dot on presentation, it's different than irons. You will need to train with it, but after you learn it, there's no going back, man. It is advantageous. You'll see, man. It's good.
I hear you've got it. They're teaching some sort of fishing.
Yeah. So
fishing thing where you fish.
Yeah, instead of punching straight out like you would with irons, there's a little bit of a sweep so that it comes into your line of sight, is what that's referring to. It's just instead of punching straight out. But you know what? I don't think I would stay with that presentation. I think that presentation is good to learn how the dot presents itself because it's a little different than irons. But I think after you have a natural point of aim with the irons, I'd still punch straight out. I mean, after you're used to it, there's no reason not to, myself. But I get really into the weeds on that stuff. Oh man,
that's the picture of what it was supposed to look like. So it was like that Spigot Bulldog, yeah.
So similar to this one, but mine's bent.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Yep. So it was a really nice pipe. And if it would have come looking like that, I would have been happy.
And
But
you're
yeah,
paying you're paying new price for it. That's not an inexpensive pipe. That's a
Yeah, it looked like it had been like kicked around the floor.
yeah, that's an expensive pipe.
So Sal Dog, one thing I wanted to mention to you, if you're new to Rossi's, they are Savinelli seconds, so they smoke just fine, just at a cheaper price. But if you have a particular Savinelli shape that you really enjoy, like a 320 or a 673, you can find the same
Yeah.
pipe in the Rossi line. And Montana Piper mentioned this in the comment section as well, with the number 8 in front of it. So like a 673 would be a Savinelli, and 8673 would be the Rossi version. Just at a discounted price. Usually they're rusticated. There is some lines that are not, but
I have that my 8673
Okay.
smooth.
yeah, I think it is.
But all my other Rossi's are rusticated. I love them, dude. There's not one I don't like, to be honest. I have a 8320, an 8801, 8673. That's all. I'll just have three.
My
But
first Savinellis were the Rossi, so I bought 2 at the same time because at that point you could basically buy 2 Rossi's plus $10 or $15 for the price of one Savinelli. So I bought the 8673, which is this shape, and then an 8122, which is a pot shaped. Big into watching YTPC at the time, so it was like getting the Mutton Chop Piper pipe and the Matches 860 pipe both at the same time. And I actually thought I was going to like the 122 more, or the 122. I ended up liking the 673 real well, but I was sold at that point, and that's when I bought the 2015 St. Nicholas 207 straight billiard.
Stands with
I'm
a
a
fist
big
piper is in the chat.
673 fan. They're awesome.
Coffee and Leaf is in the chat. Stands with a fist piper. Did anybody see his pipe he just made? I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this off. If I can bring up his channel.
I love the 673, and I love the Roma Lucite line. I know that's what Matches use, so everyone kind of has one, but it really clicked with me, so I smoke it anyways. You know what I mean? It's definitely my favorite pipe shape, and it's the one that I'm most familiar with at this point. So I have a slew of them, but and Carrie says she loves her 207 Savinelli, great billiards, but man, the 673 just, I don't know, it just clicks with me, something about it.
Yeah, I agree. That when I went to a big bowl pipe, that was 673. I thought that was a big bowl, and I loved it. Smoked it forever, and then I found the 320 KS, and I was
Check
like,
out
Way bigger.
Check out Stands with a Fist Piper's newest pipe he made. If you guys have not seen this one yet, it is absolutely beautiful. Let me play this short a little bit further, see if I can get a different angle.
looks better than my little old thing I carved out for the first time.
Look at that. Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. He did a fantastic job. I think he said he made that for a person. It's not like for sale. It's already it was, but everybody check that out.
But yeah, Sal Dog, I like that pipe you made.
It's got character.
It may come natural to some people. It wasn't natural to me. I'm gonna play around and try some more, but yeah, that it was kind of difficult. But I used a Dremel tool to do most of it.
Have you smoked out of it
And
yet?
Oh
I
yeah,
have. I smoked
yeah. He
simple
smokes
bowls,
around all the time.
Yeah, now it does get hot. That's the only thing is I shave too much around the bowl area, and it's a little bit thinner up at the top. It gets hot at the top, but other than that, it smokes fine. The stem's too wide. I'll probably get another stem for it. I don't like the stem, but other than that, it smokes great.
That's awesome. And
Guys, here's the Minier ball spelling and everything, and what you're going to be looking for. Order it in the classic finish and put YTPC Legends 2026 to be a part of this.
Jonathan, you mentioned the the 673
Awesome.
pipe for you, and then you got the 320, and then it was like, wow, big difference. I know what you mean. I have one 320, and I really enjoy it, but that is a massive wide bowl.
So, Timber Drifter says he's got a Peterson Bulldog Great Flake smoker. He doesn't remember the shape number. So, I'm a big fan of Peterson Bulldogs. These are both 80 ADS. So this is a regular ADS. This is an ADS Spigot. So obviously the Spigot is considerably different, but the Peterson Bulldogs are, I love them. I love them a lot. They're great.
I need to try a Peterson Bulldog. I didn't get into Bulldogs for the longest time because I wasn't sure that I liked them. I didn't really like the way they looked online.
Yeah.
And then
I got
me
into them
and
for the
Walt
dumbest
trained.
reason, Sow Dog.
Yeah.
You know why I got into them? Because
Why?
of the Rhodesian shape, which is a bulldog with a round shank.
Yeah.
But I love reading about Rhodesia. I love reading about Rhodesia. And so the Rhodesian Bush War and stuff, and all the economy there, and geopolitically where it was like located and the implications, everything about it was fun to read. And because of that Rhodesian shape, I thought it was nifty. I got into it, and then I found out the only difference between a Rhodesian and a bulldog was the bulldog has the diamond shank, and that's the common definition. That's not, some makers use different ones, but they're pretty close either way. But that's kind of what got me into the bulldog, and I love them. I think they're great.
That I was given was a Dr. Grabo billiard, but bent billiard. But the first pipe I ever purchased was an estate Dr. Grabo Bulldog online. So that was my very first favorite shape. And I have a pipe rack dedicated to various Bulldogs, and they don't all fit on there. But I have probably 5 or 6 straight Bulldogs just on this rack. Really love them. Great shape. And they smoke a lot of different blends really nicely. I think Virginia Perique smoked really well in them. English blends are good, and Burleys are very nice in them as well. But definitely like the straight Bulldogs. That was the very first pipe shape that I was like, man, that's cool. And that was before a pipe shape.
The League of the Keepers of the Brass says it's kind of like a pickaxe shape. It's similar, but if you look at just the bowl and like you remove the shank, the reason it's called a Minier ball is it's a French name, and it was a conical shaped bullet used during the Civil War. So when everyone was using muzzleloading rifles, the round muzzleloading ball is only accurate to so far. The Minier ball had a higher what's called ballistic coefficient and was a big improvement for accuracy, and that's what that shape is the Minier ball.
Brutal Enough has a great piece of advice. He says, careful with old estate Bulldogs. Always inspect the shank. I've been pretty fortunate with all mine. I usually buy from Smoking Pipes estate section. They're cleaned pretty well. But I picked up a few from Boswell's as well. Not their Boswell's Bulldogs, but estate pipes that I bought at Boswell.
Chris says, sure, I'll jump in. You're talking French again. Brutal actually brings up a really good point, guys, because the geometry of a bulldog is not the geometry of a poker is simple and it makes sense. The geometry of the bulldog, the geometry had to be made to accommodate the aesthetics of the bulldog. The geometry itself will leave a little bit of thin part in between the bowl and the shank and stuff like this. So like the draft on and the bowl. So like the bulldog shape isn't like the best shape just geometrically, but it's a shape I love. What's going on, Chris?
Yeah. Hey, everyone give Chris a follow if you have not. We're trying to get him up to 50 subscribers so he can go live on YouTube.
Hey, I got an idea. If Chris made a video, we could probably get him up to 50 subscribers pretty darn quick.
I bet that would do the trick.
What do you think, Sow Dog?
I've subscribed to him. I'm just waiting on him.
You've already subscribed. No, seriously, everybody subscribe to Chris. Yeah. We love Chris. I'm giving Chris hell to make videos because he knows everyone. He has all the stuff and the knowledge, and we love him. He's gonna make great content at some point.
That is MKE Chris in the chat, by the way. We call him Mike Chris, but make sure you give him a follow there.
It's Wisconsin Chris.
If he can get on here and do this with y'all, he can make a video.
Right.
Yeah, he knows that. He knows that. It's just he wants to do good content, and you guys know how this goes. We all get in our own heads and let perfection get in the way of doing good because we want to do the very best we can. And we've all fought with this. How many of us, Cactus Hunter, Sow Dog here, how many of us thought about doing videos for years before we ever made our first one, man?
It was a big leap.
It is. And
Yes.
you don't know how you're going to be
Yes.
received. And if you're ugly like me, you know what I'm saying? You got all this to deal with. So it is it's a thing to overcome, man.
I'm
Boy, you got a pretty mouth on you.
What is it?
I said, you got a pretty mouth on you.
you know
Squeal like a piggy.
Boy, you sure do got a parted mouth.
I've got about 100 videos now.
You got my wife rolling back here, man. That's good.
I've got 100 videos, but I'm still very uncomfortable in front of the camera. I'm a very shy person, to be honest. You know what I mean? And that was a big step, getting in front of the camera for the first time. I've been a musician for a long time. I'm used to playing on stage, but to sit in front of a camera and hit the record button was the most nerve-wracking experience I think I'd ever gone through. And I've gotten a lot more comfortable in front of the camera, but I'm still out of my comfort zone. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. No, I agree. I can talk to anybody, anywhere, all day long, in person, no problems. And you put me on a camera, and I'm just like,
man,
Yep.
I'm the same way. So one good thing that's come from it is working on, I guess, my speaking skills, public speaking. I go back and listen to my videos, and I'll find words that have this heavy accent that I'm like, why am I talking like that? Or I'll have phrases that I repeat, and I don't realize that I'm repeating them. You know what I mean? And it's good to go back and listen to yourself speak. It's kind of frightening at first, but it's a good self-development exercise at the very least.
So one of the
I
scarier
agree.
things I've done is my ham radio stuff. Keying up that mic on amateur radio. You got your license, you want to get on air. That one was a big one. But guys, for me, one of the biggest fears I am overcoming is actually with speech and language. I went through many, many years of speech therapy as a child. I had lots of problems talking, right? And still not good at it. But just overcoming my own shortcomings is just a giant damn thing.
Montana
yes.
Piper.
Yeah, it's getting out of your head.
Yeah.
Montana Piper says something really interesting. He says he thinks doing a live is actually more relaxing. I don't know why, but I feel so much more comfortable on a live, I guess, where I'm actually speaking with someone. It's not too bad. It's when I'm alone and I hit the record button and I'm talking to a blank screen or myself. I don't know if it's the lack of body language and cues from another person, but it's kind of a one-sided conversation. I don't find myself that interesting, and so when it's just me, it's kind of difficult, to be honest.
I agree 100%. This
just
is
an
a
update.
whole lot easier than doing a video right now. This is
Yes.
tremendously easier.
I don't care if I mess up or something. I mean, there is a difference. Some aspect of it, it's more casual in some ways. Guys, I'm smoking some Barbary Coast and the Peterson ADS. We've gone a little different route here.
And my problem is I just can't speak without getting tripped up. I think my mind just runs a million miles an hour, a lot quicker than my mouth can keep up with. And I have to really work on, when doing a video, not to get nervous, not to speak too quick, and actually take my time and say things probably slower than I would typically in conversation.
The Urban Hermit's smoking Orion's Arrow and a Missouri Meerschaum. What is Orion's Arrow? I don't recall that one.
I think it's C&D. Let me see.
I've not heard of that one. I have no idea.
I've heard of it, but
And the name's vaguely familiar, but I have no idea.
okay, that is Cornell and Deal's Orion's Arrow. That is a Virginia Perique with Oriental, and I believe it's a bulk.
The Urban Hermit is replying to Mushroom Leg, because Mushroom Leg says he hates being on live with just him and the person doing the live. Makes me feel like I'm in a dream where I forgot to wear pants. And the Urban Hermit says I don't wear pants on my lives. Hey guys, you might not believe it, but I'm wearing long john pants right now. If I have to get up and take a leak, you're going to see me in my long underwear.
Y'all wait till I have to go over here and pee in the sink here in a minute.
Yeah.
Carrie says she feels awkward doing a live, but I've watched her lives and I really enjoyed them. I wouldn't know that you felt out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, you seem extremely chill, Carrie. You do a good job on them.
Yeah, I really enjoy.
If somebody wants to jump on here, I'll get off and let somebody jump on here and try it out, because this is my first time jumping on, and dude, it's awesome.
But you
It's a
just had
whole lot
your
easier.
first live here not too long ago, or second live, right? First or
Yeah, me
second
and
one?
Yusuf did one a long while back when he was
Right.
staying with me, and then I did my first one by myself the other
You did
night.
great, and
And
you had a lot of people on there.
yeah,
I know you were feeling some kind of way, like didn't know how it would go. I thought it went great.
yeah, I picked the wrong time to do it there during the Super Bowl too. I don't watch
I don't
that,
either.
so I didn't even think about it. And I'm sure a lot of people were, doing that and having parties, but I didn't even think about it.
I always have my own party.
Mhm.
Speaking of bulldogs, I got my next pipe up.
Which shape is that?
That's the Sherlock Holmes Baker Street. So it's
Okay.
I don't know if technically it's a bull. I don't know if it's technically a bulldog.
I think it is. It does have
Yeah.
like an
Yeah, I
elongated
think so.
vertical, part, but yeah, it's just not a bit. It's a straight bulldog, and it's a stubby straight
Right.
bulldog. Is that P lip or
It's a
fishtail?
P-lip. Yeah, it's a P-lip.
How do you like the P lip?
I love them.
I've only got one. I've got a big Peterson straight billiard thing, and it's P lip. I like it, but I've only got one.
Because I do have a tendency to get a little bit of tongue bite, so this helps a little bit.
So
A P-lip has always scared me. I've never tried one because I was afraid it would burn, the roof of my mouth or whatever.
no,
But
it's far less sensitive. This is something Hunter told me, and he's right. The roof of your mouth is far less sensitive than your tongue.
Mhm.
And like, let's say your tongue is like not quite like tongue bite, but like you need to give it a break and you want to smoke, grabbing that P-lip is a great way to have another smoke and not burn your daggone mouth up.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of them.
good deal. Good to know. I may try one.
Get you an estate one, man. The one I got was an eBay find, and it's not the best looking thing, but it smokes great. And I think I paid $40 for it. So get you a good estate one from one of the reputable eBay, people that restore them, and give it.
Sometimes smoking pipes will sell just the P-lip stem too.
I haven't thought about that. Yeah.
So you might be able to find something that fits a pipe you already have.
They
I hadn't thought about that. That's a great idea.
Go out of stock frequently, though, so you might want to do an email notification on that if you're interested.
Okay. Good to know.
But I would say Peterson system pipe with the Army mount, where it has the P-lip, but it also has the reservoir system within the pipe itself. It won't pass a pipe cleaner, but of course you can remove the stem at any point, even when you're smoking it. If you need to pass a pipe cleaner through, no issue. But very different smoking experience from, let's say, a Savinelli.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
so
Hunter,
my first. Go ahead. I was going to say my first Peterson is this. I guess this Army system pipe. This is the first pipe or real pipe I ever purchased, brand new myself.
Beautiful.
And it smokes good. It's just got a smaller bowl, and I don't smoke it as much. But
all of my Petersons except one are system pipes. They're 317s actually, and I used to enjoy small pipes. They're just too small for me now. The only Peterson I have that I actually enjoy is a 4AB, which was the pipe of the year for 2021, and it's a full size Peterson. But
Brittle Enough says about the P-lip. He says instead of the tongue burning, your whole mouth burns. Carrie asked Hunter, and you're the guy for this. Is the Grabo Omega bit like a P-lip?
It is, but the placement of the draft hole isn't at the top of the stem lip. It's still in the regular position.
It's like they mock the shape of it, but still just drill it the same.
Pretty much, but it is a system pipe. It does have the reservoir, so it still does most of the functions of a Peterson system pipe, except the placement of the draft hole. But I get them on eBay fairly cheap, between $20 and $30. I've got 6 of them now. I really enjoy them.
I don't own a system pipe. I had a system pipe for a while, but I don't know if I'm such a fan of it. I'm not against it. I was more of a fan of the army mount, the military bit, than I
Yeah.
was the system part of it anyway. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I do like the spigot.
The
I like
spigots just
that.
look cool, man.
I
It
like
just looks
that,
so
dude.
cool.
Put that in my shirt pocket and do what I got to do. Like, I like it a lot.
So I am moving on to the Missouri Meerschaum Charlestown Cobb pipe with Samuel Gotwitz 1792 flake.
Okay.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
I like the Omegas as well, guys. But the very newest production from Dr. Graybo in general are probably whatever. You know, I think Brutal's probably correct. And the stem material is like nylon or something. It's a weird plastic. There's kind of like a lot to be desired, but I got a soft spot in my heart for Dr. Graybo, guys. It was one of my first pipes I kind of gravitated towards.
Yeah. One quick question off the subject. Is any of y'all's wives coming to this show? Am I the only guy?
Mine's not. I wouldn't be able to go if we both had to go. I gotta have someone stay home with the kids.
So mine wanted to go, but I told her, you can come, but if we're bringing the baby, that ain't going to work because this is a smoking trip. We're smoking up, we're smoking down. So if you're coming, someone's got to babysit. She
Yeah,
goes,
my wife would love to come as well, and I'd love for her to be able to come, but it's just not going to work that way.
I got you. Yeah, my wife we're gonna camp about 15 minutes away, and she wanted to come meet folks and stuff like that
Is
too.
that-
But I didn't know how many people was coming.
Is that where we uncork all the highly illegal moonshine?
Hey, I'll get some. I know some people.
I know a guy.
Dad, I don't want to put you on the spot. I'm just joking.
wait, Jonathan, that would work out. Couldn't you
You
just
gotta say in Minecraft. In Minecraft.
Hey, but look, I am bringing some stuff to hand out. So if anybody's on here that's going to the show that can approach me, I may not know who you are. Y'all have to forgive me because I see all your handles all the time, but I don't necessarily know your names, and I apologize because my hard drive's full. But I will have a few things to hand out, so homemade stuff. So
David G says tonka bean. What are we? Tonka bean is a topping that. Oh, you got 1792. That's fantastic, guys. That stuff made me a believer. I'm love that stuff.
I have to redo my Warhorse bar video because the taste was so unique to me. I think I came across negative, and I really enjoyed it.
I got some in a half pint jar.
Well,
I haven't revisited, but that's not what I perceived from it, man, at
a few
all.
people commented, "Thanks for letting me know. I'm definitely not going to try this." And I'm like, "No, that's not what I was getting to at all. I actually enjoy it. It's just totally left field of anything else I've had." Because even though it has tonka bean, it's like completely different than the 1792 flake. You know what I mean?
Hey, can I air out some dirty laundry?
Yeah, man.
This is
Sure,
my
go
channel.
ahead.
I'm gonna go for it. You guys,
All right.
you guys either back me up or tell me I'm wrong. Okay. So, and I kind of fell into the same camp. So let me actually be honest. I actually made this same mistake. But let me tell you something I've noticed, and something like 1792 flake is a great example. I really love 1792 flake. Smoking Pipes YouTube channel here recently put out a video talking about varietals, and I can't remember which expert they had talking about it. And overall, it was great. One of the things he gave as a variety example for burleys is he's like 1792 flake is a great example of strong burleys. There's zero burley in 1792 flake, but it is air cured Virginias, so it's a super strong, robust, and kind of I don't know. There's African and Indian air cureds in there, like really strong, robust Virginias. But for some reason, sometimes the way stuff is cured gets it categorized as a certain varietal type. Because in that same video, when they're talking about Virginias, they're talking about Virginias or flue cured tobacco. And it's just like I'm missing something on a lot of this. But anyway, that I can find out, Samuel Goff does not say that there is a single bit of Burley in 1792 flake. It is all exotic Virginias.
So what they have here, and Dakota's absolutely right. It's made of dark fired Tanzanian leaf and Virginias, but dark fired and Burley are two very different things. So what I hate is when you go to smoking pipes and you look at the family of the blend, it could be dark fired and Virginia, and they'll say it's a Burley blend, but really dark fired is completely different than Burley, especially Tanzanian dark fired. So
Yes.
this not a good example of a strong Burley blend. This isn't what I think of when I think Burley. If I want a strong Burley blend, Old Joe Krantz almost said Irish flake, but really that's more of a dark fired blend as well, which I think is very misleading.
Big and Burley.
I've heard a lot of people say that dark fired Kentucky is
It is.
Burley
That
leaf.
is Burley leaf. It starts its life as Burley.
But that's
true.
also like saying Black Cavendish is Virginia, though. You know what I mean? It's Virginia that's been processed.
No.
Burley that's been processed.
No. Cordell and Dill in that same video says that most Cavendish starts as Burley as well, is
Okay,
what
Burley.
they claim.
But I wouldn't call Black Cavendish Burley, though. You know,
Well, it's been steamed. It's been cooked out. The nicotine's been cooked out. Cavendish is a whole separate category. To Cactus's point, that is dark fired Kentucky, and that almost definitely negates it defines it being Burley. That's true. Just like all Latakia is Oriental tobacco.
Right.
Latakia is the treatment, right? The process. But the Tanzanian is never defined as a Burley anyway, even though it's dark fired. I'm pretty sure dark fired Tanzanian is still a Virginia varietal, genetically speaking, that's been dark fired. An air cured Indian, is that what it was, Hunter? Dark fired Tanzanian and air cured Indian?
It just says Virginia, dark fired Tanzanian, but let me go check somewhere else here to see what type of Virginia. I believe it is Tanzanian because it's a Goliath. You know what I mean? It has that deep, dark taste that a lot of their Virginia blends have that would be from there.
I just pulled it up on Tobacco Reviews, and it says contents Kentucky and Virginia. So if it's Kentucky, that theoretically could be Burley, right?
What blend?
The 1792.
No, it's definitely not Kentucky. It's Tanzanian dark fired. So
but yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. You probably
no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it's
Tobacco
certainly not
Reviews.
Kentucky dark fired.
Yeah, because I don't know how accurate Tobacco Reviews always is on what they
get
put
weird with defining stuff, guys. You know, it's so funny. In the cigar world, tobacco makes sense. I get all of it, every bit of it. We got this genetic strain of tobacco grown in this place, and the leaf came from this priming, and it was fermented in this style. And every bit of this process, to me, it clicks. It makes sense. When it comes to pipe tobacco, there is no consistency. It's like either no one wants to reveal what's behind the curtain and talk about this legitimately, or no one knows, or everyone uses different terms or something. Something about pipe tobacco I am just missing, and I'm a nerd that wants to learn it. You know what I mean? And I can't fill in all the gaps in my mind as much as I look it up. You have terms defined by crazy, weird stuff. And
speaking of that, so 209 Piper sent me a bunch of LJ Peretti blends, right? And one of them, I don't remember which one it was. It said it had Dubec in it. And I'm like, what's Dubec?
Okay.
Like, is that like tonka bean or what, or deer tongue? So I Googled it. It's like, it's some specific priming of Turkish leaf, like on the plant.
Okay.
Call it Dubec. I'm like, oh, okay. We can't just call it Turkish. We have to like have a specific name for the priming for this one blend. I was like, kind of weird.
Well, like Dakota's saying with the cigar world, they classify leaf very specifically depending on the region, depending on the country, depending on the farm, depending on the stock. Whereas in pipe tobacco, this is a Burley, that's a Burley, that's a Burley, and it's really not. You know, Kentucky versus a dark fired Virginia varietal is two very different things, even though it's going through the smoking process. You know, Latakia starts off as an Oriental that is smoked, but Latakia and dark fired Kentucky, even though they're both smoked tobaccos, are very, very different. So yeah, you can go to Smoking Pipes and see the varietal list or the family as they list it, the genre type. It can be a little misleading at first. And going back to it, I mean, 1792 is a great flake, but if you want a strong burley, this isn't what I would necessarily call a burley blend. You know what I mean? It's like if you look at Samuel Galwith's, or actually, excuse me, Galwith Hogarth's dark flake. You know, it's really a Virginia, but it's the type of Virginia they're using is very, very different.
It's exotic Virginias,
And I
yes.
believe that's what's being used in here.
Absolutely.
So do you think that they're dark firing the Virginia for
Yes.
that, man?
Yes. Tanzanian dark fired, I believe, is a Virginia leaf. Yeah. I don't know that. That's my assumption.
But you could taste like a Galwith Virginia and know it's completely different than, let's say, the bright fluke here that Cornell and Deal is sourcing from Canada. You know what I mean? Even though it's from Virginia, it's so different. Just like in the cigar world, you know, you could have a Nicaraguan leaf that comes from one can come from Esteli and one can come from Jalapa. And even though they're the same priming, we'll say you're going to get two completely different profiles.
And genetics, the same strain and same priming.
Right.
Location does make a difference, but it's not everything.
Yeah.
On the Pipes Magazine radio show at one point, Jeremy Reeves did answer a question about some unknown tobacco that a guy had acquired from, like, his buddy from Kentucky gave him. And Jeremy's like, he tells me, well, it's probably burley because of where it come from, but where it's grown almost defines what it is, and it surpasses even what it is genetically because of, you know, he's like, if Philip Morris could grow Oriental tobacco here, they wouldn't have been importing it and paid all the prices. And it was a bunch of like circular logic that never defined anything. And I do get that when pipe tobacco is purchased, pretty much most pipe tobacco is purchased from bales of highly graded cigarette tobacco, right? So cigarettes, the big thing, we're producing millions and millions of bales for cigarettes. And that's bales of Virginia, bales of Burley, and all this stuff. And then people go into it and select, it's graded based on quality, and pipe tobacco wants the highest quality of that cigarette tobacco. And when that tobacco is harvested, the whole plant's harvested, every leaf from every priming, what you'd say in cigar terminology, from all over the acreage is baled together, and it's very homogenized. It is the entire stuff's all kind of put together and then blended, whereas cigar is like, I want this leaf and that leaf, and it's very selective. And like a lot of this I understand, but I can't define stuff in my own mind and like come to a point to where I can say I understand how it works, because there's something about pipe tobacco that my mind and it doesn't connect.
So you could take a tobacco leaf, you know, and there's so many stalks or primings, and the higher up you go, the stronger the leaf gets with more nicotine. Even though it comes from the exact same plant, you know, you could have one stalk of tobacco, and each leaf is going to be very different depending on how high up on the plant it is. And I mean, in the cigar world, they really, really get into it. There's one cigar that Dakota and I smoked last year that is made of the Viso priming, which is, I believe, the second highest up priming on the plant. Does that sound right, Dakota?
It's it might be the second highest. No, I would say it's the middle priming.
Okay, the middle part. So it only came from the middle priming of the plant. You know, it was kind of an experimental cigar. It actually worked out.
It's kind of gimmicky. I didn't think I'd like it, but we purchased it because I support where it came from. The guy that owns the company, it's kind of a micro guy within the cigar world, and it was funny that because it was the Viso priming, the name of the cigar was, or actually the whole company is Viso Horny, and it was all out of Viso primings. It was a great cigar though. It was fantastic.
Yeah, can we make a good cigar based on just this priming of the plant? And it was an experiment to see if it would work, and they made it work very well. It was a great cigar, but you know, when he gets into the nitty and gritty of the pipe world, you just don't see that kind of talk. The closest thing you'll get is on a Cornell and Deal small batch blend, like Carolina Red Flake. On the side, it will give you a little bit of the genetic information on the blend. Like, I'd have to have something in front of me, and I don't, but it'll break it down a little bit. But it still doesn't give you country location, farm location, priming, and all that makes a big difference. Now, does 99% of pipe smokers really care about all this? To be honest, no. But for the 1% that really gets into it with the nicotism and really nerds out like Dakota and I, like, that's a really big deal. And then we get into kind of these pet peeves where things are not really labeled correctly online. when you know about this, like we do coming from the cigar world, it kind of it's kind of a bit of a pet peeve when you see information blatantly wrong.
Juxtaposer, which I don't know if I've said a good evening to you. Thank you for being in there, man. Always good to hear from you. And Luke, sir, both have some good information in here. Juxtaposer says Virginia gets primed yellow, orange, and red. I know that's true at least some of the times. I don't think every time someone says red Virginia, it is red Virginia primings and not a varietal. Like, some people use this terminology quite loose and fast. I would like to nail that down. Like, is that across the board or not? It leaves me desiring a little bit more information. Luxer says he grew up. He's in Kentucky. We grew up 90% burley here in Kentucky in the 90s. I worked at Tobacco Warehouse and helped during the auctions. I've seen these classic auctions. It's a Kentucky tradition. It's really cool. It's really cool.
And it looks like Walt is I believe it was Sam's Flake. He said he was smoking. Was that what he said?
I think you're right.
Hopefully it's not gone now. It might be.
Chris ain't wrong either, guys. Chris says just buy it, smoke it, enjoy it. Chris, you're not wrong. I actually agree with you. That being said, I have this inquiring mind. I want to learn as much as I can when I'm excited or interested in the subject. And I feel like with cigars, I'm there, and with pipe tobacco, I'm not. So it's just a mental exercise for me. You're not wrong. If you like it, smoke it. If you don't like it, don't smoke it. You're correct. But because I'm interested in maybe potentially trying my hand at blending in the future, I would like to know all the aspects and what goes into it.
I wish there was a place you could get some aged tobacco to blend with, because as far as I know, I just get on smoking pipes and get, just Cornell and Deal's mixing components and stuff like that.
It must be out there somewhere, because there's a guy on Facebook that sells tobacco called Niall of Nine.
Yes.
And he gets aged tobacco from somewhere.
Yeah, if you go to whole leaf, that's much more of a possibility, Sow Dog. Problem is, if you get whole leaf, you got to process it. You're gonna have to case it yourself, like Hunter says, get the pH correct and stuff like this. It's much more involved than getting components and blending it, but it gives you a lot more control over the end result.
Unprocessed tobacco is almost impossible to smoke. Tobacco in its natural form is very, very harsh.
I can smoke it. I can smoke that harsh shit, but that's a me thing.
Like smoking a bowl of horseradish, you know what I mean? It's very harsh. You have to case it. And all tobacco that we smoke has been cased, because casing and topping is very different. Casing can be something as simple as a vinegar or alcohol mixture that just controls the pH level to actually make the tobacco palatable. But
casing can also be used with the same alcohol as a vehicle to infuse flavors into it, and that's where that confusion comes from.
It can be. So there's a lot of differences in it, but you can buy whole leaf tobacco and definitely play around with it. You can go online and find a lot of different ways to case tobacco online and to process it. Essentially, all tobacco that we smoke has been processed in some way to make it palatable and enjoyable. But people do it, and people do it with really great success. It's just you have to have the want to do it, but the information is online. The tobacco is ready to be bought. You just have to put the work into it. I don't desire to do that myself. As close as blending that I would get is Cornell and Deal Perique, and add some of my favorite blends because I'm a Perique nut. But
yeah, I'm huge in Perique and Burley, but
yeah,
I'm with you. I don't know if I had the patience to do the other stuff.
I think you would if you've had good results blending with like the Cornell and Deal bulk varietals, or not bulk varietals, but blending varietals. Components, yeah. I think you would really enjoy it. It's one of those rabbit holes that you'll try it out and know if you like it or not. But some of the casing is pretty simple. Sometimes it's just a vinegar mixture. You just have to let it soak for so long, let it dry. That's readily available online. It's pretty doable, and you have better control of the blends that you have if you do that. And you can get it, I think, a lot cheaper if you do it that way.
Juxtaposer says he smokes whole leaf exclusively now. So hats off to you, bro. That is incredible. Timber Drifter brings up a good point. He says Red Virginias that some of the German blending house use Tastes like burning electronics to me, but the U.S. are African grown. So-called reds don't taste like that to me. I don't know. So you have this thing. Are all reds reds? Or is it a priming? Is it a genetics? And then you do have the location. And the reason the location matters is because if you ever look into soil science, right, you have different mineral contents. And this is a big part of this. The what's in the soil bioaccumulates into the plant matter and equates to taste. This is the reason why hydroponically grown tomato at the store tastes like water and tomato grown in your backyard that's bioaccumulated all the rich minerals in this Appalachian soil, right? Tastes so amazing.
Or why you can't replicate the taste of a Cuban cigar.
Exactly. And well, Cuban's a funny thing that I love to deep dive into, man. I'm a Cuban cigar guy. I don't spend a lot of money on it. So my Cuban cigars are imported from Switzerland, and to do all this stuff on the gray market is expensive and a long trip. One of the big things about Cuban cigars, though, reputation-wise, is the lithium content in the soil in Cuba, and there's some speculation that the lithium bioaccumulates. It can be tested into the leaf, and when you smoke it, you're actually getting a dose of lithium that chills you out, makes you feel really relaxed. So interesting tidbit. Who knows how true that is?
So talking about like red Virginia varietal specifically, this is a 10 of last year's San Sepolcro.
Good blend. Italian fire cured.
Yep. And so the small batch is where we get the most information about a blend actually poured down into a small batch because it has the components list on the side. And so you won't see this with other blends. But for instance, there is two different red Virginias in here. One is TA22 with 13.5% sugar, and the other is 55-2021 with 13.2% sugar. But even though we as consumers don't have access to this information, every single leaf that we smoke in a blend starts off with a name just like this.
That's right.
And they really get into it. Now, the blenders know about this. They know what they're doing. But, you know, there's a big difference between TA22 and 55-2021. You know, it's two red Virginias, but that is two different varietals. And it's not just the year that makes it different. That means it's come from a different genetic line. And they blend those two like a blended scotch to get the results that they want.
So that's the type, the grade, and the age. I think there's three information points in that coded, you know.
Or there probably is. The 22 at the end will be
that's the year
22, and then on the 21 it just says 55-2021. But it gets interesting. The Italian dark fired is KY 171 seed. The bright Virginia from 2019 is KB-JRL 19, and then it just says Dominican Black Cavendish unsweetened. So they're not giving that one away. But it's pretty interesting to see. And so every blend has this makeup component. It's just the small batch is the only one that they actually put that information on the side.
Yeah, David G and Chris both are talking about that bioaccumulation. About David says blueberry fed bear versus garbage can bear, which we referred to earlier. Chris says same as corn fed deer versus swamp deer. Yep, it factors in, guys. What percentage is genetics? What percentage is location? What percentage is priming or grade? What percentage is the processing? I don't know. In pipe tobacco, it's so homogenized and made uniform that it's not all that defined to me in my own head. If I could sit down with Jeremy Reeves and pick his brain, I would be a better person for it.
Hey guys, I got to jump off, but it's good to see you.
Sound on. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Okay. We'll see you soon, man.
Right, watch your six. See ya. Bye.
Carrie says tea is the same way. I know there's people that get deep into the tea game. I'm not. I like tea. I would like to get a little bit further into the tea game. Carrie sent me some fountain pens, and I still haven't even messed with them yet. Carrie, I'm sorry about that. I've been meaning to. Life has been wild and crazy.
I watch tea videos of these guys that really get into it and the methods, because there's a million different ways that you can brew tea. And they're like, the time will depend on your taste. So, you know, brew it to your taste. And I'm like, I'm new I don't have the taste yet. Like, I need you to tell me exactly, like, to the second, how long to brew this, at what temperature, and all that.
What Cactus, what other hobbies do you get deep into other than pipe smoking? You got anything you get?
I'm on the tea kick too.
Or yeah, I thought you were,
Yeah.
but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to say it.
Yeah. So I have probably just almost as much tea as I have tobacco.
I thought you were a tea guy, man. I'm so glad that was brought up. How long have you been like getting into the weeds on that?
The tea probably 3 years,
Okay.
and probably like pipe tobacco probably into the weeds maybe 2 years.
Okay. Oh, real quick then, give us a recommendation of something that's like a diamond in the rough, but not super difficult to find as far as it comes with tea. Like something that you think special but available.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you like. So, the first, if you really want to like have good tea, the first thing that anybody's gonna tell you is to never use like a tea bag, because like that's like floor sweepings. It's like this like the crumbles that's like left over after they sell the good stuff.
Right.
So like you want to buy like a whole leaf tea,
Right.
but like when I first started to get into tea, like I was like, oh, okay, like I'm aware of like green tea and black tea, but there's like 6 different kinds. There's green tea, there's white tea, there's yellow tea.
There's actually like subcategories of subcategories, right?
Mhm.
Like it goes
Yeah, it's
oddly
ridiculous.
specific with it.
Yeah, so like if you like coffee, like there's a like they call it like dark tea, but it's fermented. So like
Right.
they take this tea and like they put it into piles and like they spray it down with water and they cover it with like burlap like sacks and they just like let it ferment for a while. It's called puer, Puer.
It's like Maduroing a cigar wrapper leaf.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like it's got good like like microbes for your gut and stuff, but it's probably like
Oh, is there
closest-
probiotics in it?
yeah in puer tea.
Oh, so I didn't even know.
Mhm.
Okay, you're kind of opening up a whole nother avenue here for me of motivation. The probiotics is something I'm always actively trying to get into my daily life. So
Yeah, so it's called they call it ripe puer. So that's the one. Like if you like coffee, I would start there.
okay,
Because I mean you can get like good black tea too. But it's like you say it's a rabbit hole. Like go
but
on
it's
to
approachable, right? You don't have to spend a ton of money, do you?
no
It's
no
approachable.
it's pretty cheap. My battery's gonna die on my phone here in a second, but like if you go, there's a website and they're based in Texas. They have a Chinese store, but they have a U.S. based store too called YUNNAN sourcing, Yunnan sourcing. And
Okay,
they have everything, and you can get it shipped out of their Texas warehouse,
nice.
and like it's cheap. Like you just go on there and like review everything and see what they have. But yeah, they have
Appreciate
white
it,
tea,
Cactus.
green
Thanks,
tea,
man.
black tea, ripe tea, like you name it. But like I would check out the ripe puer if you like coffee.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. See, that is so cool for me. A lot of stuff I'm wanting to pursue, and this is one of them. And I've always liked tea, so I don't know why I have it. I even have like a little bit of information about ceremonial tea in different cultures and stuff. Like I know a little bit about tea, but I haven't really dove in.
If you
So,
want, let me know. Like I'll send you some.
oh man, I appreciate it, dude.
Yeah.
I can't accept
I got-
anything
got
from anyone
more-
else. I need to do the sending at this point where I'm at. You know what I mean? People have been so good to me, man.
It's like the tobacco. Like I have more than I can probably ever smoke.
I get it. I get
I
it,
have more
man.
tea than I could probably ever drink.
I get it. Man, tea is so historic too. So coffee's ubiquitous today, but historically, if you even just try to wrap your mind around like say the British Empire and the West India trading company and stuff, and like how much tea has had to play in world history, it's kind of bonkers.
So, Cactus, I want to ask you a question. Without getting political, has the tariffs affected the tea game much?
The the company that I buy from in Texas, most of their inventory was there before the tariffs,
Gotcha.
so they're not charging a premium. The other company that I buy from, they're actually in England, and they do charge a little bit more on the shipping for the tariffs now.
Okay.
I don't order anything directly from China. Like I deal with like other companies that do like that importing.
So whatever it would be included in the price. Timber Drifter's got a good point. He says if you don't know tea and are freaked out by loose leaf, try Yorkshire Gold. If you've only had Lipton, then this will blow your mind. Yeah, I understand there's a big jump between the the commercial, like you said, the bag, the what was swept off the floors, and real tea for tea people.
I have a few recommendations pulled up still on my laptop. So Carrie gave me two a few weeks back. Carrie and Walt, they talked about Lapsang or Souchong. I've got it pulled up here. I'm not sure which one would be the word. Tailors of Harrogate, Lapsang Souchong, black tea. And then we have a company called J Star and or Me Leaf, Me Leaf, and the Jade Star 8, I think, is the one Carrie recommended. And so now Carrie also mentioned, I cannot pronounce it, Puerht. And then now I have the Yorkshire Gold to check out. I'm new to the tea game, but I know that it will catch on like tobacco once I have an understanding of it. You know what I mean? It's so cool because I watch a lot of videos online of other people into this, and I don't understand what they're talking about, but it's still interesting. And I know that you can get compact tea in like a cake form, kind of how you would pipe tobacco. You know what I mean? And on the forums that I'm on, a lot of the tobacco guys are really into teas, and they're smoking like vintage teas from 2003. And I think that's just so cool. You know, you can age it. It's coming from a leaf, a lot like tobacco is. I thought about getting into wine. It is very, very expensive. It takes up a lot of room, but it has that aging potential, and the vintage makes a big difference. I'm into that. But the tea seemed so much more obtainable to me. And I already love to drink tea. I drink Earl Grey a lot, English breakfast a good bit, a few different ones. Again, it's like the codger tea bag thing. You know what I mean? I'm like uber basic, but I think I have a solid foundation of appreciation for tea to build on.
Hey, Cactus, is that a Belgian Malinois?
It is.
Ah,
That's Lola. That's my girl.
good girl. Oh man. So that's my dream dog, by the way. I haven't undertook the responsibility because I understand the responsibility of owning one. And
Yeah,
I would,
a lot of work.
I would not, unless I could do my part, I would not own a Belgian Malinois. Although it's my dream dog, and my next dog will be one, and I will not own a dog until it is one again. Like I don't own a dog at the moment, and I won't until I'm at a place in life where, and that is what it will be. Probably my favorite breed of dog, man.
Montana Piper.
Yeah,
See you,
so
buddy.
smart.
Take care. Take care, man. Good seeing you.
I want an English bulldog, just the laziest, grumpiest looking thing.
I love Mals, man.
I got a buddy who's got 3 Basset Hounds, and yeah, like they barely get off the floor.
I've been around Basset Hounds as well. They're funny.
I've got a dachshund. I have, since the age of 4, never not had a dachshund, but I might switch it up on the next one. The one we have is getting kind of old. She's like 15 or 16, poor health, and she's lived a good life. I hate to see her go. I know the time's coming soon enough. You know what I mean? And we have one other dog, and it's one of those things where I hate for the dog to not have a companion. So I buy a younger dog for the old dog. The old dog passes away, so now I buy another dog for the dog I already had. Well, then the younger dog becomes old, and it's just like there's always 2. But
Is there a particular breed that you want after the dachshund?
yeah, the English bulldog, I think.
Oh, that's what you want. Okay, yeah.
But just like a really grumpy, lazy-looking bulldog. I mean, it would fit my person.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
like nice and polite and cheery on here, but to be honest, I'm like the most cantankerous old bastard you'll ever meet in your life. I mean, I really am, and I think it'll fit my attitude perfectly.
What made you want to get a Mal, Cactus? That's a very specific breed, you know.
Yeah, this is actually my second one. But I didn't I wasn't necessarily looking for like a protection dog or anything. But I do live in the city and like in Phoenix, and there is crime and stuff. So I definitely did want one that would be a little bit scary.
Yeah.
You know, even though this one's kind of more of a princess.
Dude, they, when it's time to go, baby.
But
she rocket.
But she does do a great job of like guarding the yard, and like when people come to the door, like
they are so good around kids, man. They are so good around kids. It is actually now. I've been around a lot more German Shepherds than Belgian Mals, okay, but they're related, and I love actual German Shepherds. Unfortunately, the breed has been bastardized by American German Shepherd genetics, and I don't even know at this point what you'd have to do to ensure that you were purchasing something that didn't have American genetics in it. But
the German Shepherds have a lot of health problems now, like the police departments and border patrol.
Yep.
They're all going to Mals now.
Sure. But back in the day, there was a lot of German Shepherds around me, like growing up. And the things I have seen German Shepherds do that just display innate intelligence and protective, and it's just incredible. It's insane, man. They are a great family pets with a couple exceptions. And when you're talking about dogs, there has to be exceptions. These dogs, German Shepherds, have the bite power second to only a couple. I mean, it's incredible. These dogs are capable of incredible physical feats, and you have to do your part as the owner, obviously. And I feel like we can't have a conversation about an animal of such great capability without talking about the responsibility side of the house a little bit. But I've seen incredible intelligence by these dogs, and I know Belgian Mals pretty well just from reading and researching. And they are a lighter, more agile, active German Shepherd, essentially.
Yeah, have you seen like there's like all kinds of videos like on YouTube of like the insane stuff that they can do, like
from flat ground up into an open bus window for anti-terrorist drills and stuff. Yeah. These dogs are incredible. But I do a lot of like reading on military history and stuff and capability, and I've always been interested in, like, for lack of better terms, like special forces capabilities and individual soldiering, and seeing like the SEAL teams and their dog handlers, Mike Ritlin and these guys down in Texas, what they've done with their working dogs, and they were all Belgian Mals. They had titanium implant canines and stuff. Just really cool stuff, man.
You've probably seen this video. There was one that I saw with, and I don't know which military segment it was, but these guys were coming in like on a helicopter, right? And they dropped the Belgian Malinois like, it was like maybe like 6 feet off the ground, but they got the helicopter down and they dropped the Belgian Malinois from the helicopter, and this thing was just like on a run the second it hit the ground, man. It was like the coolest thing you ever saw.
I've seen in-depth gear talk about jumpable harnesses, how you could link your Mal and free fall with a Mal, or how you could rappel or fast line with a Mal. And dude, it's beyond belief, man. They're an incredible breed.
I will say that I know the ones that can do like the insane military stuff and police stuff. Those ones are really expensive.
Oh, sure. And it's the training and the bloodline, right? Genetics and training. Yeah, it's incredible, man.
Yeah. This one was a rescue, so she's not like, she doesn't have that kind of insanity and that kind of drive. But
they still have an innate intelligence, and they want to please, and they want to work. And work can be a lot of things, but if you needed her, man, she'd be there, and she'd give her last breath for you. So I get that.
And it's just the reputation that they have too. Like my girlfriend was walking this dog one time, and some somebody was like being a little bit like getting a little close and being weird, and then they saw this dog and they're like, oh shit, that's one of them DOC dogs. Like Department of Corrections, because that's what they use there too, and like they don't play around, and so that dude like hightailed it,
They had sudden PTSD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, it's just the potential threat,
So Carrie brings up a good point. I want to bring this up, not to highlight her simplicity, but the fact that she hit some truth. Folgers and Haunted Bookshop is good in the morning. And there's a reason I want to bring this up, guys. Sometimes we are so damn blessed here in Western civilization, we don't know how good we have it, that something as simple as Folgers drip coffee and an everyday Burley blend can be an amazing experience. I got deep into the weeds, Cactus, with pairings. I love pairings. A good bourbon and a good cigar, and a lot of times people's like bourbon's too strong. The perfect pairing would be a lighter scotch and a cigar and stuff, and they're not wrong. That being said, back when I was a cigarette smoker, like your cheapest bourbon and some damn Marlboros was an amazing pairing. I had a great time, right? And the point I want to make here is that you don't have to have everything exactly perfect to still have an incredible time. There's probably tea, like you were talking about, in a bag that would not be your preferred, but if it was what was available, you could still enjoy it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think sometimes for me, I get so deep into subjects that I can't see the forest for the trees. And I do
it's just like Mike was saying, like just smoke it.
Well, just smoke it. Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And Carrie's not wrong here. Sometimes Folgers in a drip machine and some Haunted Bookshop is what the doctor ordered. We have so much available to us. Sometimes we lose sight of what's important. Damn you. All right, asshole. Hunter's an asshole. I was going to try to skip it tonight, too, to be honest with you.
No,
so, Cactus Piper, what we have here is what we do every night at midnight on the after party. We have Toke Rustica Nasal Snuff. This is 100% Rustica Nasal Snuff, which is Rustica leaf is 8 times the nicotine as compared to normal tobacco leaves. And it's that time, I guess, since Hunter's going to hold my feet to the flames.
I am.
I did some Red Bull last night. It was fun.
And so
this stuff stinks so bad.
Have you been on the live where we explained the warning label on this?
No.
Okay. So if you go to the Toke website,
this is usually real quick, Hunter. This is usually sold as a blending component to add strength to other nasal snuffs. This is not really made to do bad stuff. Go ahead, Hunter.
The warning label on the Toke website states that overuse may cause hallucinations and or death.
In that order.
Okay.
Like Dakota said, this really isn't blended to be used on its own. It's used to be mixed with other nasal snuffs just to strengthen it a little bit. Kind of like some people like to do with Five Brothers. Of course, you can't smoke it straight. But every after party at midnight, we do a little bumpity bump of this.
Don't know how this got started, but here we are. You know what I mean?
Think little bumpity bump, I do mean little, because this is very potent stuff.
Yeah, better you guys than me.
If you overdo it, you know it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that happens. This is very fine, very dry, and if you're not careful, it will hurt the baby.
It's not really an enjoyable experience. Nasal snuff is a beautiful form of tobacco.
It is a beautiful expression of tobacco. Typically speaking, this is the free-based version.
Favorite line there.
Are we gonna see like tears come out of your guys' eyes and stuff?
Oh,
yeah,
no doubt about it. Absolutely. All right, Hunter, you ready?
Right.
And we'll do the pinch. He's got it on his hand.
3, 2, 1.
Woo! Let me know if we have to call 911.
Nah, we're professionals. We're good.
Do this all the time.
Just another Monday.
Saturday.
Well, I do see tears.
Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, and like if you're into nasal snuff like we are, it's actually good to have some of this to add some strength. It'd be like having some Five Brothers to add to a pipe tobacco blend to give it a little oomph, a little nicotine. So it's really good. But somehow during one of these lives, we dared each other or something to like because this happened. What was it, a Thanksgiving or something at Mom's house, Hunter? Christmas at some point at Mom's house, I had this in, and me and Hunter's like, let's do some. And Mom's looking at my mom is the most straight laced lady on the planet. You know what I mean? I mean, she'll beat you over the head with a wooden cooking spoon if she needs to, but she ain't doing no substances. You know what I'm saying? And we got our knives out, and we're dipping into this, doing it. She's looking at us like she's about to disown us, and somehow it got started on here, and now we have a tradition. Every after party at midnight, East Coast, we are doing Toke Rustica.
You know that numbness I said that I haven't gotten in a little while?
Well, you did.
I did just a little bit more than I've been doing. The numbness is back. Oh, man.
Juxtaposer says
Is
the
the
risk
numbness
of
in your
serotonin
nose?
overdose.
It's mostly on my right side. The inside of my nose is numb. For sure. My nasal cavity.
Have you ever done any nasal snuff, Cactus?
I have not.
Okay, so the very specific point of doing it is coating the moist mucous membrane inside your nose with the plant matter, and is not trying to like take it down like someone doing drugs. So you're not just trying to snort it. The goal is to just coat the mucous membrane inside your nose, and really is a beautiful expression of tobacco. It has a like half of a millennia documented history of people using it this way. With some of this fine dry stuff, though, you can take it a bit too hard, and you'll get like a burning sensation on the back of your head. I don't even know what the hell that means, I'll be honest. But it can get a little bit wild sometimes.
Your permit said that I used to have a full head of hair until I started taking Toke.
It burns it all off.
Now look at that off. We're brothers, same parents, full brothers. I am completely bald.
I got most of mine. It's just gray. I'm several years older than Hunter too, not just a little bit. I'll be 39 this year, and Hunter's barely 30, right?
Yeah, I'll be 31 this year.
Yeah, so
there was 8 years between us, but hair started falling out at 21.
It's crazy how genetics works like that.
He's got a fuller beard than me, though. My beard's a lot more like, if I try to grow it, which I have, it's not quite as full as his. Mine's more spotty. I don't know. It's weird.
So Timber says, I heard it would cause hair growth. Perhaps that's a myth. So it takes it from the top, but it puts hair on your chest, though.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is. It'll put hair on your chest.
I've got 7 hairs on my chest, and I've got them named.
That's because we've done this at least 7 times in a row.
Well,
every time you do a little bumpity bump of Rustica, another chest hair pops out.
Tipper Drifter says he went bald before he ever tried stuff.
Well, got nothing to lose then.
There you go.
No, nasal stuff does not give you that numbing sensation, by the way. That is only this one because it is so...
It's an extraordinarily... Hey, Cactus, this is what the shamans would, like, use before they went on a spirit journey type stuff. You know what I mean? This is not normal tobacco. This is a whole different page of the book.
You got to...
Another level.
Have very nicotine tolerances. He was a cigarette smoker. I dipped Copenhagen for a long time, so we have very high nicotine tolerances. I wouldn't recommend anyone to really try this unless you are very comfortable with a large amount of nicotine very, very quickly.
It's a spike type thing. Yeah, the nicotine's kind of spikes.
Kind of like smoking a whole cigarette in a millisecond.
Yeah, sure.
I said the only time I ever got like the green like nicotine feeling was when I smoked an Opus X.
I like have you had the Añejo? The binder filler is the same as Opus X, but they use a broadleaf wrapper. The Añejo I think is better than
I have had that one.
Yeah, that one's really good. Price point is like upper teens in dollars. Yeah.
All the Fuente stuff is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Now, a lot of it's like kind of middle of the road. Like they don't want to go to any extremes. It's just high quality, middle of the road. But Añejo, I thought was like a little stronger than a lot of their stuff, or edgy. Not stronger just in raw strength, but like flavor profile was a bit more towards my liking. I was a big fan.
Opus X in my life. I was out of town working. There was a cigar shop that I'd been going to for a couple months. I got to know the guy that ran it pretty well. We became very good buddies, still good buddies. And excuse me, Rustica. He closed up shop one day. Said, Hunter, stay here for a while. I've got something I want to give you. I want you to smoke it. And I don't remember which Opus X it was, but it was a Churchill. And he handed it to me. Closed down the whole shop. He's like, you sit there, you enjoy that whole thing. I want to sit with you while you smoke it. Let's have a cigar. And I couldn't believe it. He just gave me an Opus X. You know what I mean? He said, someone did this for me one time. I've been trying to find the right person to give this to, and you're the guy. I want you to have this. I was so honored. I lit it up and smoked in front of him. It was a total fluke. The cigar was kind of plugged, and the draw was terrible. And I had to constantly relight it, but I was trying not to show that. I'm like, oh, man, this is great, because this is an uber rare, expensive cigar he gave me. And, man, it was the most, cringe moment of my whole life. Just me and him. And it's not a little, cigar. It's a full-size 7x52 Churchill. So this is a long cigar to smoke, hour and a half easy. And I'm having to smoke the whole thing right in front of him and pretend like I was having a good experience. But I couldn't tell him it wasn't. You know what I mean? I just didn't have the heart.
Yeah, it's like a gift. You have to oh yeah,
suffer through, buddy.
Corona, you know what I mean? 30 minutes, I could have puffed that thing down and been out of there. But this was a full Churchill. And I'm like, oh my gosh. No one else to talk to, just me and him. And he's like, I want to see your face, when you light it up and all this stuff.
Watching you the whole time.
The whole time. I'm like, oh my gosh. It was so awkward. I hope I played it off well, because it was one of the kindest things anyone's ever done for me. You know what I mean?
The Urban Hermit says he doesn't need more chest or back hair. He already looks like a silverback. It's funny, dude. If I'm wearing a real loose t-shirt, I'll feel something. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'll have one back hair, and I'm like, what? Pluck it. I'm like, what is that? It's tickling me.
We were at church a couple months ago, and we were talking to this older gentleman, and there was a white hair stuck to his shirt. Okay. And my wife was having an OCD moment, and she just kept staring at him. Finally, she's like, Alvin, I've got to get this. She grabs the hair and pulls it. It was connected to his chest.
Oh, no. That might be a more cringe moment than your Opus X.
Yeah,
well, it was over quickly. My cringe moment was an hour and a half of me trying to be an actor.
That's true.
But she was.
Old Dirty Shinobi 420 says, plot twist, he knew it was a bunk Opus and wanted to troll you. He's like, I can't sell this. Let me get some shits and giggles anyway.
It was so nice. He's such a nice guy for giving that to me. And I didn't even care that the cigar was plugged and that it wasn't great. The fact that he would spend this extra time with me in the shop, you know what I mean? And give me such a great cigar. It was such a great act of kindness that I was so moved by it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Timber Drifter says he ran into a Central American shaman years ago, was trying to let him know about indigenous tobacco, but it was obvious to me it wasn't Wilson's Shero, no doubt about it. Yeah, man. The shamans back in the day were doing, in the 1500s, man, they were making nicotine tobacco enemas, and they were getting crazy with it,
be fine.
Yeah, spirit journey type stuff. All right, guys. It is 10 after midnight. I'm tired. We're going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. Cactus, thank you so much for jumping on here, man. It's been a blast. Really
glad I made it to the end this time.
Really appreciate you, man. It's been a blast. Everybody in the chat, my goodness, it was good seeing y'all. Appreciate each and every one of you. So with that, everybody have a great night.